Good afternoon. Welcome to another Jackson Hole High School sports broadcast. I think I got the right mic for you, Liam.
Yeah, testing.
Mic 2.
Right.
For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols, Liam McPeak, Mac Fairbairn will be here in a little bit. And special guest Jason Chatham will be joining us as well. The girls, number 31, I told her they should retire her number to the rafters, but Hayden Block is wearing it.
Yeah, I don't think they retire numbers in high school.
Guess not. The action to this afternoon brought to you by Young Life at Jackson Hole, where they're all about teenagers. Jackson Lumber, Jackson's original board store, the McPeak Group, Jackson Hole's premier real estate team. It's Sotheby's International Realty, the town square ends of Jackson Hole, including the Antler Inn, Elk Country, and Cowboy Village Resort and 49er Inn and Suites. Big O's Tires sponsoring the scoreboard. That's a reputation you could ride on. And Great Northern Coffee, their old world brewing style, makes all the difference. We got a girls boys back-to-back doubleheader in a makeup game with Lander Valley Tigers, and it's a inter-conference game as Jackson will be stepping down to 3A to take on Lander. That doesn't mean a whole lot, certainly with the girls. Lander's a pretty good basketball team. They're a girls team. So you might say they're stepping down, but this is a pretty darn good girls team. Boys team should be on paper a win for our boys, but did you hear Coach Elliott tell us Saturday night after the game? He's like, this is a trap game. Meaning this is a game that could bite you. Like if you're looking ahead to Star Valley, if you're feeling good about winning 5 in a row, and you thinking Star Valley here on this court pretty soon, Green River on the road, and if you overlook Lander, that might be trouble. I would focus. That's going to be one of our keys of the game. TCB on tonight. Don't get ahead of yourselves.
Yeah, I think that you just have like such a impending doom with Star Valley coming this weekend that maybe this could just be the game you overlook. You're just like, this is a good week of practice. You know, we're getting ready for Star Valley. Oh, now we got to play Lander on Tuesday.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I hope, and that's on the coach. I mean, it's certainly the players too at this week of practice, but they have got to be thinking first. I mean, there's still practice time. You can practice tomorrow and Thursday to get ready for Star Valley this weekend. I wouldn't be implementing too many things for the Braves yet. I would concentrate on this one because Lander they've got that potential. They would have to play the game of their lives. Lander would have to play an A game, and Jackson would have to be like C+ if this is going to go the wrong way. But Lander played Pinedale pretty close, and we struggled with Pinedale a little bit in their building before we put them away. And Lander beat them just by a bucket. So I don't know. These not evenly matched teams, but I would be careful to make sure Lander doesn't come and get you when you're thinking this is going to be easy stuff. We're going to set the scene for the girls, take a look at the stats, and welcome in J.C. Chatham to the broadcast booth right after these words. You're listening and watching, I hope, Jackson Hole Bronx Basketball, Jackson Hole Radio, and KZ95.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
Back courtside as we wait for this one. Let's take a look at our girls. Still looking for that first win in a long, long time. 0-17 in the season, 0-3 in quadrant. Girls are scoring about 15 points a game, giving up 60. Meanwhile, the Lander Valley Lady Tigers, 9-8 overall, 1-4 in quadrant. On a one-game losing streak. That was against Pinedale. They're coached by Drew Powell. That was against Pinedale Saturday, where these Lander girls played out of their minds for 3 quarters. And then Elin Bowers, you remember her, she just took over, scored 24 total points in that game and had a big fourth quarter, and they just took it away from Lander. So Lander's smarting a little bit from that one, 55-46, the final score in that Saturday game. This Lander Valley Lady Tiger team scores about 42 points on average. That's middle of the pack offensively. They shoot pretty well, 37.5% for the field. They don't shoot particularly well from 3. They'll try some, but they're not crazy good from triple. Defensively, about middle ground, rebounds as well. They don't do anything individually, but they play well as a team, and they're really starting to gel of late. And you'll probably hear their star player, Adeline Anderson. You'll hear her name. She had a slow start to the year. I don't know if she was hurt. She wasn't putting up numbers in the first month, but she is now. She's their big. She's going to be trouble. There's nobody can match up with her. Anderson, probably 6 foot, legit, and a sophomore. Leads that team in scoring and rebounding, 11 points a game, 9 rebounds. Adeline Anderson is going to be a handful from whoever draws that assignment.
Yeah, if you're going to guard her today, you just got to maybe even double team her. It might have to be Rosenberg and Hollins, both of them in the paint. But I think if you're going to have to go toe-to-toe with her, you got to force them to go on the outside. Shoot the 3, make more guard moves, because, I mean, your strength is in your guards.
Yeah, and actually, there was some success in denying Anderson the ball Saturday when I watched the Pinedale game. She did not have a super great game, and Pinedale's idea was just, don't let her have that pass. She never seemed to be open down low. She's going to be down low at one of the blocks. Occasionally, she'll be up high post, but you know where to find her, and Pinedale did a good job in not letting her have the ball, and Jackson did a good job in Pinedale and other games of playing tough in the paint and playing double teaming bigs, like you said, Liam. Yeah, that might be a Rosenberg-Holland double team deal. But Anderson's not everything. You're also going to see a little bit of Kiera Friday. She averages about 8 points a game. She's an all-around, do-it-everything senior, a real swing forward. She'll shoot from distance. She can get down low in the paint as well. Kendall McFadden, the junior guard, is real shifty. She's a steel machine. She loves to take the ball from you. She was guarding Bowers all that Saturday game. She's pretty good defensively. Sandra St. Clair is good for a few points. And Hayden Goggles is really the girl that makes this team go. The guard. Goggles is a sophomore, and she's the assist leader, triple leader, 9.5 points a game. She pulls down boards as well. She's really good. Keep an eye on her. Number 32. For our girls, what do we need? A big game out of everybody, Liam?
Yeah, it seems just like if they want to win this game, they have to play like they did against Green River. They put up a good amount of points against Green River, had a very fluid offense against Green River, and I mean, you just can't afford to turnover like we saw this weekend.
Yeah, we're about 4 minutes away from tap. We'll come back. We'll talk about the keys to the game, some of the things we think the Lady Broncs have to do if they're going to be able to take care of things and get that first elusive win in quite a while. Coming right back. More of the pregame on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com. Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Grovemont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
Back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
Just a couple of minutes away from tap. JC Chatham's with us now. JC, I had a highlight reel all picked out for you. Only it turned out to be more of a low light reel. It was like you like dribbling one and turn over, and then it was so I ended up with this. It's actually two made free throws, even though I was giving you the business. And yeah, I was hard on you, right? That was terrible.
I deserved it.
No,
I did. But I did what I could to help our program, but I get
it. Number 31, JC Chatham. I can't believe you're 2 years out of here. And in fact, we got to go back to your time as point guard. The last time we could get a W going for these girls.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I had a great time when I was playing. I really loved my team. My teammates were great, but I guess just things didn't work out for us in the end. Now I'm here and I'm back to support and do what I can.
Put that mic really close to your mouth, if you will. I got like severe compression going on it.
All right, is that better?
Get it really close. Yeah. That was a fun team. The Forrest sisters. Anna Revel, that was a fun team. The Hardeman girl.
Oh yeah, I loved those girls. They were really great, and they're all doing pretty well now. I know Audrey is playing softball for her team, and Caroline's doing great. And I know Anna. I know she's coming back in 4 weeks, and I hope I'll be able to see her.
Yeah, she's playing basketball on the West Coast.
Yeah, she is.
Saw her dad the other day. That's super cool.
Pomona College. She's so smart, and she's so incredible. I'm really happy for her.
Well, let's let this version, the 2024 girls, introduce themselves, and we'll get right back and get this one underway.
Ashley Chamberlain, sophomore. Marlo Strickland, sophomore. Gemma Young Garcia, junior. Melanie Yettle, senior. Zoe Bosch, sophomore. Allison Burchup, junior. Camila Ramirez, sophomore. Sophia Vasquez-Baez, sophomore. Lucy Webb, junior. Rita Rhodes, senior. Gracie Rosenberg, senior. Matt Holland, junior. Shannon Oliver, junior. Hayden Falk, sophomore. Brielle Merriman, sophomore. Pat Ankeny, junior. Harley Lommel, sophomore.
Good job, Mads Holland. The first part of her job this afternoon, singing the national anthem. Now she's going to have to get tough on number 50, Adeline Anderson. That'll be a pretty good battle down low. We're expecting that to be one of the feature highlights. They got a pretty good big, JC and Anderson. She wasn't here. She's only a sophomore. She wasn't here when you here. But a few of these girls, if they're seniors, you would know them.
Oh, I would. Yeah. Oh, it's funny seeing them again.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Kendall McFadden, the 5'6 junior, gets the start, and she usually draws defensive assignment on your toughest players, probably beyond Zoe, the ball handler. Speaking of Zoe Mulholland, the 5'11 senior.
Yeah, I remember Zoe.
Oh, yeah? Kira Friday.
Yeah, I do. I remember trying to guard her. She was pretty good. I liked her.
Hayden Goggles and Adeline Anderson. Pretty good starting five for the visiting Lander Tigers. For the Bronx, it is Zoe Bosch, Lucy Webb, Raina Rhodes, Grayson Rosenberg, and Mads Holland, the starting five. Jackson in their home whites, trimmed in black and orange. Lander in the road greens, trimmed in black and white. And Lander's moving right to left on your YouTube channel. We're ready to go here. JC's going to bring our girls good luck.
I hope so.
Positive.
I need to do something for these girls. I mean, I don't know if me being when I was playing, if I did much for them, but I really liked hanging out with them. And it's funny seeing them as seniors now, these girls. I remember Raina when she came in as a freshman. But she's improved a lot since then, and I hope she'll keep going throughout the season.
Liam and I like Raina's aggressive backdoor cuts. Sometimes she's like smart. She'll go
sneaky.
Right to the... She's sneaky. Like... Yep.
I know. She just slips in through everybody. It's really nice.
So she's been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
You reckon? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I remember when I was trying to guard her when we were in practice, and she was really fun, and most of the times I could get her, but every once in a while she'd just get one, and I'd always be like, oh my God, where'd she go?
Kiera Friday with the pink kicks, swings it over far side to Zoe Mulholland, who's short with that shot. Battle for the rebound, and in there was Kendall McFadden, amongst others. And McFadden is the ones going to the line.
Yeah, still a good play from Jackson, forces them to shoot from three instead of just going in the paint and bruising them.
McFadden, 32% free throw shooter on the year. 30 seconds into this, no score. Kendall wants to make it one, and she can't. Rattles in and out. Rebound Holland. Here come the Jackson girls, their first possession. Lucy Webb is going to be guarded by Goggles. Way out high between the circles. Needs help. Doesn't get it. Throws it right to Kendall McFadden.
Yeah, turnovers would just be the kryptonite of this Jackson team.
Liam does not like turnovers. And he likes defense a lot. I'm with you. Yeah, you cannot give free chances. We do have keys to the game here that we'll get to as McFadden goes inside to Anderson. She's out at that high post now. She'll do that when she tries to get free if she senses she's getting too much attention. And coming up limping is... Who is that? Goggles? Yeah. They need her, and right away, Coach Powell's going to go get her out of the lineup. That would be a tough loss. She handles the ball so much. The ball's in her hands every trip up the court, like Chatham, vintage Chatham 2 years ago.
Yeah, she did pretty good against me. I had really fun. I had a good time guarding her. It was.
Zoe hands off to Holland on that left elbow. Now to Grayson Rosenberg and gives it to Lucy Webb. Lucy bumps a little bit with Kira Lincoln.
Ooh, good pass.
Now, good job getting it inside. That was good. Not normally somewhere you see Zoe Bosch, but she got loose. Just couldn't finish. Zoe Mulholland, her shot no good. Rebound Lucy Webb. We still have not broke the seal on this one 2 minutes in.
Yeah, Jackson has been using their guards kind of as bigs now. I think they've just taken that into consideration that they don't really have that many bigs to work with.
Yeah, Lucy has a great presence in the key. I remember her being very aggressive. I really like that about her.
Lucy Webb and Zoe Bosch, so much has come down to those guards to handle the ball, to dribble, to do stuff like break the press. You see that looks like a 2-3 zone for Lander. Is Lucy Webb. She'll launch just long, fighting for it is Kira Friday. She'll let it go out of bounds. Unfortunately, so did Zoe Bosch.
Yeah, Jackson's doing a good job so far shooting the ball. We don't see them do that a lot, but when they do, they tend to score more.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only way you can score more. Yeah, they got to shoot. I like when they shoot a bunch. This is not a particularly great shooting Lander team. They can get streaky, but they don't shoot it particularly well. They also throw the ball away a little bit, and there's a turnover jump ball as Mads Hollins hits the deck with Anderson. Arrow favors Jackson. Bosch will inbounds. A little bit of pressure here from the Tigers. See if Zoe can dribble her way out of it. Nope, she's going to toss her way out of the trap. Beautiful. Lucy's got an open look. Good! Lucy Webb. 3-0 Jackson. That works. Anderson drives baseline and tried to kick it out, but Zoe Bosch was right there. I think you can do a bunch of that if you keep your hands on the passing lanes if you're Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson's been denying so much inside, not letting anything happen.
One way to stop Anderson, don't let her have the ball. When she gets it, she has really good low post moves, good footwork. She's almost automatic when she's down low. Here she is too far outside to do anything. Cross-court pass to Lincoln. Gets it to Kira Friday, lost the handle. Turnover Webb. Lucy came to play.
Lucy's gotten a lot better with her dribbling skills over the last couple of years. I've been really impressed with seeing her bringing up the ball every time.
Here's Lucy Webb, walks it to the top of the circle. Friday on her. Bounce pass. Oh, wanted Zoe Bosch. Somebody got a hand on that, and here comes Lander with a turnover. Lincoln back to Kendall McFadden. She's got a brother on the boys team you'll see later, a freshman who's pretty good. Kendall's pretty good too. McFadden, far side. Anderson works it inside, and so far it looks like Lander knows Anderson is attracting a lot of attention in the paint. They're trying to pull this Jackson defense apart a little bit. Every time Anderson's touched it, she's been 18 feet from the rim, and although she will shoot, she's got a good eye from deep too.
Yeah, Rosenberg has just been using her physicality to make sure Anderson is not able to score at all.
I like that. Burcham in for Webb. Rhodes comes out for Hierro. Substitutions. Friday is out for the Tigers. I think it's Goggles come back in. I'm hoping she's okay, as 2 free throw shots, neither will go for Zoe Mulholland. And another foul. Jackson's third team foul, first personal on Mads. And again, Mulholland to the line. She can't get a roll there. She's 0 for 3. She's 67% from the line, so she's up there in the J.C. Chatham neighborhood of 70% free throw shooter. Finally gets one. There we go. 3-1.
Yeah, already 6 points missed out from Lander on free throws.
That adds up. We're halfway through the first. Jackson's still holding a lead here. Zoe Bosch trying to get away from Mulholland, and does. And now a whistle and a foul on Lander.
I've been really impressed with Zoe's speed. I haven't been here for most of the season, and I wasn't able to play with her. But she's a really good fast player.
Yeah, she is. I mean, long one from Zoe, just short. Rebound Anderson, who gives it right to Lincoln. She is fast. She's gotten faster and faster. I mean, she is pretty fast on her dribble, as that shot is up and in, and we're tied 3-all with 3:30 to go. Mads Holland bangs hard into Zoe Mulholland. I thought they were going to let that go, and maybe not. Okay. They did let the contact go, but out of bounds, Holland. Bosch comes for a rare sit, so does Mads Holland, and we get Kat Ankeny. Ankeny, Burcham, Hierro, Rosenberg, and Webb. Shot from Mulholland, no good. Rebound pulled down by Lucy Webb. Again, some pressure by Lander, just sort of token pressure. They're looking for a chance to trap.
Yeah, I've seen Jackson playing really good zone right now. If you beat one of them, two more are going to come and try and block your shot.
This is the time of year where you start to play the zone better. There's a tough contact from Lincoln as she reaches in. She's going to get whistled. Yeah, early in the season when you're not real basketball people, was that harder for you, JC, to pick up how do you play the zone? How do you play a 2-3 zone? Man's easy. You know who you got. Zone?
Yeah, well, my parents really taught me growing up, and we just really focused on aggression and agitating people. And so whenever I was with somebody, I really respected that. But a lot of times it was hard for me and other players to be able to pick up each other's space, and we were just so focused on one player.
Yeah. To me, that does seem hard. I mean, it seems harder than man defense to figure out when do I help and when does me helping take me out of a spot.
A lot of times with Jackson players, I see them getting very excited and very, we've got some good speed on the team, and sometimes that can be our fault because we fall for different things pump fakes and different fakes like that. That's very convincing for us because we're so excited to get the ball.
Sandra St. Clair, and they're giving him a 3 on that. I didn't think she was behind the line, but that makes it 6-3 Lander with 2:17 to go. Bosch coming right back in. She'll replace Webb.
Yeah, Lander's been very physical on defense so far, making Jackson earn every time they have the ball.
There's Anderson, swings it to Georgia Chance. Now to Goggles going cross court. And here's St. Clair off the back of the iron. No good. Goggles and Anderson fight for their own ball. Anderson comes down with it. It's Goggles. Top of the key. Goggles will try a drive on that far block and then come cross court. Wide open baseline jumper. McFadden, no good. But the rebound to the Tigers. Sorry, that wasn't McFadden. It's St. Clair who fired that baseline 3. Here she is again. Tries one over the top of Rosenberg. Good job by Grayson. Just goes straight up. Grayson's pretty tall. Hard to get a shot over. There's Burcham. She's wide open for a 3. Oh, that looked good from here, didn't it?
Yeah.
Burcham's shot hits the support.
Burcham was really funny as a freshman. She was so excited to shoot every shot, and sometimes she would just pull up from just a couple feet before the half line. She would just go for it.
We need that Grayson back. More shooting.
I know, we need more of that.
Grayson's been a little reluctant to shoot this year. I'd like to see her chuck more up. Georgia Chance over to Goggles, cross court to St. Clair, baseline 3 from Anderson, and she will throw them up from deep. Even though she's she's got a real good eye, excellent free throw shooter. She's just an all-around baller, the sophomore, but she can't get that to go, and we're under a minute here in a slow-moving first quarter. 6-3 Tigers. Hierro. Melanie puts a little move on Goggles. It pops it up and in. How about that?
Yeah, Jackson's got to keep doing more of that, taking points where they can get them.
I like that. Goggles works it far side of Chance. She comes here to the near elbow to St. Clair. Now far side again to Goggles. She'll try a drive off. Too strong off the glass, and time ticking here with 23 seconds. Lucy Webb. Chance for Jackson to take the lead with a shot here. Webb with Goggles on her, finds Hierro. Melanie off that recent jumper. Melanie pulls up her dribble. It's got Kat Ankeny. She tracks down the wayward pass. Back to Melanie Hierro, and that's too high, too far for her, out of bounds.
Some of our passing lately has been really our fault. I think in our lower programs we really need to work on fundamentals to be able to build up our program from the bottom and get our girls to be able to make these passes pretty easily.
Friday checks back in. Kira Friday really helps make this team go. When Friday and Goggles are out there, it's a different Tiger team. Long three, the buzzer, St. Clair can't get it, and a quiet first quarter, 6-5, all we got. We'll come right back with the second. Right after these, you're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Great Northern Coffee. Jackson's own coffee roaster has been roasting and blending a wide selection of coffee since 1979. A warm fire, friendly faces, and a cup of Great Northern Coffee. Just the thing to kick off our Bronx and Cowboy teams. Try our Bronx Blend, a heavy, rich cup of coffee that will run you over like the Bronx football team. Great Northern Coffee, available at grocery stores and coffee shops around the state. Also available online at greatnortherncoffee.com.
Let's get back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
For Jackson Hole Radio, Jake Nichols, JC Chatham in here with us. Thanks, JC and Liam McPeak.
Thank you guys for having me.
As we're bringing you the girls' game, I'd rather have you down there in number 31. You might have to wrestle Hayden for it, but...
I will.
Yeah,
Get him in front of me, I will.
Do whatever needs to be done, right? Get out there.
I'm missing this. I'm missing it a lot.
Zoe Bosch with the ball now for Jackson, down 6-5. This has been a good game for Jackson to keep this low scoring, keep it kind of slogging in the mud here. That's all right. Landers scored a bunch of points in Pinedale Saturday, so maybe they're all worn out. Good defense here by McFadden. Inside of Holland, she lost the handle. Anderson steals it away. Adeline up to McFadden. Far side Goggles into Friday. Kiera. Jump ball with Zoe Holland. Good job by Lucy Webb. Zoe Bosch, to kind of sandwich Goggles right in the middle there. And Goggles calls out the inbounds play.
Yeah, Jackson's been doing a good job swarming to the ball so far. They've been able to effectively get those jump balls.
They really are getting to the ball quickly.
Jackson can be pretty scrappy.
Yeah.
Sometimes where we have the aggression, we don't quite have the fundamentals behind us, but we have the passion and the work ethic.
Little passion and triple team there on Anderson, and she missed that shot. So, yeah, the Bronx are getting to the ball quickly. Here's Bosch trying to put a move in the lane right over the top of Anderson, and that's not easy. Wow.
Yeah, so far Jackson's bread and butter has been from right there, just shooting shots in your face, almost inside the key.
It was similar to Hierro, who had to shoot over the top of someone not as tall as Anderson. Zoe floated that right over the 6-foot Anderson. Impressive. Far side, McFadden thought about a three. Pump fake, can't get away from Rosenberg. Now it's Goggles. She pulls up her dribble, gives it to St. Clair. Sandra, far side. McFadden, bounce pass inside. And Friday cannot make the shot. Jackson doing a really good job. Liam, we saw these girls do this in Pinedale. Challenge everything down low. Timeout on the floor, and we'll go there as well. Let's stay here, and let's get into the brain of Coach Sean Shockley. You didn't have the benefit of playing for Coach Shockley.
No, but I benefited a lot by his presence. You know, he's been in the program for around 20 years, and those 20 years we've had a lot of big ups and downs, but the one thing I've always admired about him is his resilience.
Yeah. He seems like an even keel kind of guy. Like, if you're playing terrible, if you're playing great, he's still...
Yeah, he's got his facial expressions that still are just like, okay, I'll be better.
Which one has he got now? You're up 7-6. He's got to have a smile, right?
Let's look. I don't see it.
Can't see anything?
I don't see it yet.
Yeah.
He's got the same look that he would have every time I would try to shoot a three.
Yeah.
That look.
Yeah, if there was a Jackson Sports Hall of Fame, he'd be in it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
For sure. He's an institution.
Gosh. Even when I was in my other sports, I never had him as my head coach, but he was incredibly supportive when he would wish me on when I was in cross country and track and doing all these things. He was a really great person.
Yeah, we keep talking about your basketball skills, 31, but yeah, your real number one thing was track, no?
Yeah.
Track and field.
Yeah, I ended up playing for University of Wyoming. And
nice.
doing that stuff. But I got injured and sort of just ended up not being my thing, but I'm back here. That's good.
Lander with the ball. They trail 7-6. We're a couple of minutes into the second quarter here as St. Clair gets it to McFadden. Bounce pass far side, Goggles. She's being watched closely by Bosch. There's Anderson, and I don't mind taking those. We talk about it a lot, Liam, being aggressive, taking some fouls. Anderson didn't even look to shoot there. That's the one thing. I mean, maybe take a foul. I don't know, but Anderson was just looking to distribute. And who got that foul? Holland, her second. Okay, I don't like that.
Yeah, so far Lander's just been with the paint. They've kind of just been passing it to their bigs and then trying to get it out as soon as possible because they know that Jackson's coming.
Long three by Goggles, no good, but is rebounded by Tigers. Now out of bounds, Jackson ball. Jackson's got to take advantage of the fact that the Lady Tigers have come a little sleepy off the bus. Not feeling it right now anyway. Inbounds pass. Bosch wants to baseball it to Lucy Webb. Good job, Lucy, to pull that in. Lucy working on Goggles. She's going to go straight to the rack. Left-hand layup, no good, but on the back door is Bosch. Got the rebound. Rhodes to Webb. She'll drive baseline. Lost the ball, loose for a moment. Kira Friday up with it, 1-on-3.
This is where you see the Jackson scrappiness. We just got 3 players back, and we were all behind that ball.
True. I mean, Kiera wanted to run there, but 3 girls got back for Jackson, and it wasn't there. And now 2 misses down low, and Grayson Rosenberg with a board. Scrappiness. I would not have... I would have not put that word on the girls. I was trying to find the right word as Rosenberg's pass is tipped by Anderson into the hands of Kira Friday. She'll try one, and Rosenberg would not let her have the freebies. She'll get a foul.
Yeah, I mean, it's that or a free 2 points. I feel like you kind of have to foul there.
Yeah, Friday's not going to miss many of those. She goes left and right-handed. Pretty convinced she would have made that layup. She ties it with the first of 2. We're even at 7. Harley Rommel will check in along with Allison Burcham, replacing Ankeny and Webb. I saw Harley doing PE earlier here in the gym in that kickball game. So she's warmed up.
I love Harley. I used to assistant coach in the middle school, and she was one of the players I helped out. She's the best energy. She's
a spark plug kind of player. Yes,
totally
energy.
Is. And when she's not on the court, she's contributing so much from the bench. Her cheering, she's going up and down the line as much as she can, giving high fives and making everybody feel good.
Good insight. Yeah, I like Harley too for her just shooting. You know, there seems sometimes the girls will go 3-4 minutes. They don't even attempt a shot. You put Harley in, you're going to get a shot pretty quick.
She's aggressive.
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really love. I really wish I would have been able to play with her. But I'm glad I was able to coach her a bit.
9-7 now Tigers. Jackson down. Kat Ankeny met by Anderson and turned right around and said, I don't want any of that. There's Zoe Bosch across the line with McFadden watching her all the way. Zoe pulls up her dribble, needs some help. Now she's going to try that hook shot over the top of Kendall, but can't get it. Tigers rebound. Here comes Goggles. Raina Rhodes picks her up. Now the double team as Zoe joins and Burcham joins. Kira Friday tries a shot, and I think Rommel got her over the back.
All those hands up in the paint. I'm glad you got it down, and surprised you got it up.
Yeah, Jackson might have to be a little mindful here as they're in 4 fouls, and 1 more will put Lander to the bonus.
First on Ankeny. It was not Rommel, and Kira Friday has that. She's 3 for 3 from the stripe. Eyes the second one, and that's in. Okay, you're not going to want to foul 24. Bosch will inbounds. Some pressure here. Gets it into Ankeny. To Harley Rommel. She'll try to dribble her way out of trouble and does across the line, being guarded by Zoe Mulholland. Mulholland taking a couple swipes at it. Ankeny baseline 3. And that goes too strong. It's Goggles on that far side. She stepped out of bounds. Turnover.
Yeah, both teams have been plagued by the turnover curse so far. It's just Lander's been able to capitalize on those points, and Jackson not so much.
Yeah, we've seen these Jackson girls play a little too sloppy for our liking. I've seen a couple of Lander games. They, too, can give it away. And it's one of the reasons we're still here at 11-7 with 3:45 to go. Here's Melanie Hierro. She got bumped by McFadden, trying to play tight defense there. That'll be the first on Kendall. Second team foul.
I remember when I played with Mel, she was always so scared to dribble. And I'm glad she's taken up some space now.
Yeah. And that's probably, a lot of these girls, basketball is not their first sport. Some of them had not played basketball at all when they came up with the team.
In my year, not one of us, this was our first sport.
Right. So
like
dribbling
softball.
is like the scariest thing.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, I love to put in some time to it. And I know Audrey and Caroline and all those girls I worked with, they would always come with me in the mornings and do some stuff. But we always had other priorities in the off-season.
Lucy Webb strong with a three, but Burcham on the rebound. She'll try it again. Webb will. They had a good look, and now Raina Rhodes goes over the top of Kira Friday, and that's going to send Friday to the line where she's been perfect. Or no. I thought we were in the bonus.
One more to the bonus.
Okay.
No?
That's her second.
Never mind, you were right. Looks like they're going to line.
Yeah, Friday's been good here. 11-7. Jackson not letting these Tigers run away with it. Exactly, as Friday checks this one out and finally misses. Broadcaster jinx. 3:28 to go in the second. Allison Burcham, good board. Being watched closely by Mulholland. Gets it over to Lucy Webb. Lucy Webb across the line. Friday will pick her up. Lucy goes far side. Raina, she had that shot for a moment. Harley would have taken it. What would Harley do? That's what you got to ask yourself. WWHD.
Yep.
Long shot from Burcham. She'll try it. Good shot by Rhodes to get the rebound.
Yeah, Jackson rebounding a lot better than we've seen him in games prior.
Yeah.
Just Raina being sneaky right there, slipping past people.
Rhodes reached over McFadden to grab that rebound, and Kendall thought the whistle was for the reach over the back of her. Nice job. Raina makes it 11-8.
Notice like Elastigirl to me. Like everyone's supposed to just reach up and you're like, whoa, nice work.
Elastigirl. Yeah, she's all knees and elbows. She missed that. And it's going to be Mulholland for the board. Here come the Tigers. It's Goggles. Euro steps down the left block. No good. And she'll get the shot.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting a charge.
Good job of the girls to get set. And yeah, anybody who gets down low is going to see a lot of Bronx. Boy, they are getting the ball quickly.
Back to paint. What they always told us.
Yeah. Protect the paint. Hierro, she forgot the ball. Ripped loose by Mulholland. Wide open is McFadden. Up and in underneath.
Yeah, sometimes it's going to be protect the paint, not protect the ball.
It's got to be both.
Yep, that's what we need.
Lucy Webb now, double team trap. Floats one here to Kat Ankeny. That got to her okay. Ankeny to Hierro by a miracle. Melanie pulls up now, hands off to Lucy Webb. Now to Burcham. Allison Burcham drives, and she's trying to draw a foul, and I think she did, although it's not on Anderson, I don't believe.
Foul on Mulholland, her first.
And that will put both teams in the bonus.
2:19 to go. Jackson down 5. Certainly doable on this sleepy Tuesday. Could this be the day they get that win nobody saw coming? Maybe it'll be all because of JC.
I don't know. When I was in the program, we didn't see many wins too. So.
No, not enough. Burcham's second does get a friendly roll. That's in 13-9.
Yeah, Jackson's been spreading the ball out pretty well now. Even if some of them are just coming from the charity strike, still doing well.
Anderson inbounds to Goggles. Hayden Goggles, who leads this team in assists and triples, has it here, but no, she doesn't. Stolen away by Lucy Webb. Back is Mulholland, and Lucy's going to pull up, wait for help. Harley Rommel gets there, and she just misses. But look who's on the rebound, Raina Rose. Rommel to Webb, far side Zoe Bosch. Zoe on that far elbow, looking around. Finally going to launch a long three, and she's got it. Wow.
Jackson's keeping it close. He's doing something I couldn't.
13-12, Goggles with it now. As the Tigers looking inside for Anderson, but it just isn't there. Rommel's got an eye on her, so does Ankeny. There's Anderson. And she's off the front iron, no good, but she is fouled, and she is pretty good from the line. By the numbers, a little better than a 50-50 shooter, but again, all her numbers were not good 2 months ago. 2 weeks ago, she's caught fire. And she is really coming on. 14-12, she's got the first.
We need to catch fire. After her.
1:32 to go. It's a 14-12 Tiger lead. Anderson drains both of them. Barely used nylon on that one. Zoe triggers in. Got Harley Rommel. Look out. There's Kira Friday. I think Rommel felt her coming. Top of the key, Webb. Webb watched by Anderson. That's a height mismatch. Lucy's going to kick out to Raina Rhodes. Long three. Missed, but on the backside, Zoe Bosch with the rebound.
Just a pass. It was just a pass.
That was a pass to the back door. Bosch, travel. I didn't see that. Did you see that, McPeak?
No.
I can't say I did.
You didn't see. Minute 11. 3-point lead for the Tigers. They have the ball. Goggles with it now, trying to blow past Webb. Feeds it to Kira McFadden, and now to Georgia Chance. Inside to Anderson. Right back out to Chance. Her three, no good. And trying to save it as Anderson, but gave it right to Zoe Bosch. Zoe comes across the line. Under a minute to go to Webb. Wide open. Ankeny right down the lane, but couldn't handle the pass. A little bit behind her. She had herself open for a moment. Goggles on that far side baseline. And threw it away. Jackson ball, plenty of time here, 35 seconds. Jackson down 15-12, 3 ties it.
Take the lead, let's get at least tied.
More pressure for the Tigers, but it hasn't bothered Jackson that much. They've done a good job breaking the press.
Well, I think you spoke too soon.
Yeah, I did. Cat ties up with Friday, and that's going to be a jump ball. Well, our ball. Flip the arrow, but Jackson ball. Zoe Bosch looking for somebody in the backcourt. That's Webb. Dangerous, but she got it there. Georgia Chance watching closely. Here's Zoe on McFadden. That shot blocked by Anderson. Never left her feet for it. The 6-foot Anderson. Here comes Goggles right down the lane. Good spin move. And she walked. Well, that's why it looks so good. And all that time, Anderson wasn't doing anything. Yeah, that was without Holland and Rosenberg. So,
yeah, I think Jackson just realized that, hey, we're such a guard team. Why not use the guards?
Yeah. Well, the girls are playing a real good game. Up ahead to Raina Rhodes with 11 seconds. 10, Raina back outside of Bosch. Still time, 6-5 inside of Mads Holland. Picks up a double team. Hero, her shot blocked by Goggles and out of bounds. And that's how the half will end, but a very good half by these Jackson Lady Broncs. And we'll take a look into the locker room and think about what Coach Shockley might be saying to these girls. They're down just 3 at the half, 15-12. Coming right back with a halftime show on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio, and broadcasting in cooperation with My Local Radio Sports Network.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? it can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Back courtside here in Jackson. Boys out doing some warm-ups. Girls are in the locker room. Liam, you're going to be the coach for these Lander Lady Tigers. Do your best Coach Drew Powell impression. What are you telling your girls? Wake up, or I don't know. Maybe they're
I can
playing a
give
good
you the
role.
nice story, or I can give you the bad story. The nice story is, hey, we're doing a good job playing defense. Definitely got Jackson out of their shoes in their home court. The bad story is, how are we in a close game with a team who hasn't won a game in 50 straight games?
And I wonder, what does that do, JC, as a player? Is that in the back of your mind in the halftime now? You're like, it's no secret. You're playing a team that hasn't won in over 2 years. They're on a 0-51 streak, and all of a sudden they're only down 3 at the half. Like, are you worried as a Tiger? Like, uh-oh.
Yeah, well, that number's it's hard to hear as a player. I love this program, but I have complete faith in these girls. We've worked really hard over these years, and I just know that we have this passion and that our skills kind of make up for it. And as these Tigers, they kind of should be embarrassed a little bit. We're coming at them.
Maybe a little bit shook. And this is an odd, makeup game on a Tuesday afternoon. You're kind of out of the flow, out of the usual routine and rhythm of things. So maybe they're just not quite off the bus yet. I don't know. But let's get in the locker room. What's Coach Shockley saying? Liam, what's some positives he's saying?
Coach Shockley's saying, hey, we can win this game. I mean, every team we play is good, but they're not the 93 Bulls good. You can win this game. This is a winnable game. You're only down by 3, and you're just playing well, but you have to capitalize on the turnovers. Lander has been turning the ball over a good amount of times, almost as much as Jackson, but Jackson's just got to get more points off those turnovers.
I completely agree. I think Jackson's doing a great job of getting back on defense. We need to keep pushing that on the other end, getting back on offense and attacking that hoop and those turnovers.
Yeah, and what offensively do you want to try to get it inside against that Anderson, or do you want to keep trying threes and see if some of these fall? I don't know. I don't know what our girls are ready to do, prepared to do.
I think if you're Lander, you got to try and force it inside. I think they've made 1 3, and most everything else has just come from the free throw line. I think you have to force it inside, because when you're forcing it inside, you're making Jackson foul and going back to where you're getting most of your points.
Yeah, Lander has not gotten the most use out of their 6-foot center, Adeline Anderson, that's for sure. She's been quiet. I don't know, JC, what do you think? Where are the points going to come from for the Bronx?
For the Bronx, it's been like this for a very long time. We got to take what we can get.
It's going to be low scoring.
Yeah. We got to be able to shoot whenever we have the chance and just not let any of these little points right underneath the hoop go. You got to be able to get right after it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. They just got to keep taking more shots because, there's a little saying that I made up just now that says if you shoot more, you'll make them.
Oh, man.
You're so smart. You're so smart.
It replaces his defense wins championships.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
it does
no,
not
it doesn't.
replace it.
It's just sort of like an addendum.
Yeah, it's an extra
Tag it
motto.
on. It's like a rider to a bill. These politicians will just add stuff right at the end. I like it. Yeah. Certainly, Jackson girls are every bit into it, and I wish we had a gym that was more full that could get this place rocking, but we'll see. Black Hole starting to fill up a little bit.
Yeah, they all got their little vintage jerseys over there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's going way back.
It is.
Yeah, I'm excited for these boys' game, but we'll be right back, talk more about the girls. This one, every bit of a game, as we head to the third here in just a couple of minutes away from tap. The score, Lander 15, Jackson 12. Back with more on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network. and broadcasting in cooperation with my local radio sports network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns, and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like Lander, it could go either way for the Tigers. Either they start to figure stuff out and come out and play better, or they let the nerves start getting to them and say, this is crazy. We might lose to a team that has not won in a long, long time.
Yeah, I think for Jackson, we're just getting excited by now. Like, they might be dreading things, but we're just getting pumped up. We're getting excited. We have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time that you've been at halftime and you're a Jackson Bronc and you say, hey, it's a 3-point game?
Yeah, JC, what was it like at halftime in the room? Was there any girls on the team, you or somebody who was kind of a vocal leader? When you were way down, did someone help bring you up? Or when you were winning, did someone, like, what was it like? How much is it on the players to...
Hey, you remember Audrey's personality? How she was flipping off the crowd, pushing refs, doing the whole thing.
So it's all on to Audrey, huh?
Oh, kind of. Like, she was in the locker room getting angry, throwing her shoes, hitting lockers. And I was like, all right, guys, we got this. Here's what we need to do. Calm down, Audrey. Take a breath.
Audrey's parents are still on a payment plan to repair the locker room. I could have guessed. Audrey's intense, for sure.
She is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But we need more of that. We need that kind of intensity on this team.
You need somebody like that.
We need somebody that will make fun of you and really just make you feel terrible for missing a morning practice. We'll get so mad at you and hold you accountable for everything. That was Audrey.
Yeah.
I was the person who was trying to make sure nobody was getting too hurt.
Oh, yeah, you're the peacemaker. I could see that.
Yeah, I had to. Someone had to.
The dynamics of the teenager, and Coach Shockley's just trying to be the ringleader in that circus. The girls are out. Both teams are out. The Lander Tigers could benefit for some warm-up shots. They have not been shooting well.
I know, get them out there. They got to be able to beat us.
They're chatting things over as they let their boys go out and still take some warm-ups. But, yeah, we'll see halftime adjustments. Who makes them? As Coach Shockley's got these girls every bit in this. Just down 3, 15-12. With the boys' game to follow. Hopefully you're joining us on YouTube. Just go to YouTube. Jackson Hole Radio is our channel. While you're there, make sure you subscribe. You'll never miss a thing. And, of course, broadcasting the audio on 95.3 KZ95. KZ95.live on the interwebs. And we're ready to go here. Lander ball. Wait, are we sure that's right? Did somebody... Sometimes I think they just get away with it. Lander, did we win the tap? Is that why Lander gets it?
No, I think it might have been the jump ball rule. I think they might go off the jump ball.
It's a missed shot, and Anderson is tied up with Lucy Webb, and the arrow favors the Bronx. Jackson ball, and again, they're going to dial up pressure here, Tigers. Full court, Rosenberg back to Bosch. Bosch going to try to dribble away from McFadden, and does across the line. Bosch with a left-hand dribble, and I thought that was clean off her hand, but they're going to say Kindle got a piece of that.
We need some luck in this program. We'll take it.
Yeah. Bosch looks to trigger into Lucy Webb. Webb watched by Goggles. Bounce pass to Rosenberg. Grayson's got a shot. Yes, I like it. Now, Anderson came out to put a hand up there, but she had that shot. And I'm like, do it, Grayson.
Yeah, take it. Oh.
30 seconds into the third quarter. It's 15-12. Tigers lead the Bronx. Goggles over the line, pushes it ahead to McFadden. McFadden watched by Zoe, or Raina Rhodes, sorry. Kiera Friday in the corner to McFadden.
I can hear the Jackson cheer going on. I remember I brought that into the program. It's pretty fun.
That's to Mulholland. There's a long three. Good from Hayden Goggles.
Yeah, if you're Jackson, I don't think you can allow that. I think you got to keep it close. And I think that just comes down to the offense.
McFadden swats that out of bounds. Well, I was just going to say the Bronx are still doing a good job at denying Anderson the ball down low. But, you know, when you collapse down low, you're leaving stuff up high. Goggles will be the only girl who's on the floor is going to hurt you from deep. And she did right there. Pass into Raina Rhodes. Double team trap. Picks up her dribble. Goes to Webb. Webb's okay now. Working on Goggles. Nice screen from Zoe. Webb gives it to Raina Rhodes. That was an impossible pass right in her feet. Now Kiera Friday ties up with Webb. No, timeout. While the Tigers had possession, Mads Holland didn't like that call. Everybody looking at the other ref. That looked like a jump ball and no clear possession, yet the timeout Tigers. Okay, 6:45 to go, 18-12. Let's go down with our new fancy Sean Shockley cam.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson's just got to keep applying pressure. They have to start converting shots on offense before this game gets too far out of reach.
Yeah, they need a stop in a big three to answer. Jackson's just not built to score a ton of points in a hurry. I mean, limiting Lander to 18 at this point is pretty darn good. But they've got to hit some shots here.
Sure, that's what Shockley's telling them right now. But, yeah, I mean, that's always been our problem. We always need to put up more shots and not take those stupid ones right into people's hands.
Friday to Goggles to Anderson. Goes to Mulholland down low. Turnaround shot, no good. Rosenberg, there's the stop. Now you need the points. Raina working on Kiera Friday. Rhodes, crossover dribble. Now lost the handle. She's going to try to go save it, but can't catch the ball.
Jackson dribbles too much. I mean, they put up those shots. I wish Raina would put some more up. I remember she had that three earlier. But I haven't seen her too much since her freshman year, but it's pretty fun seeing her.
Less dribbling, more shooting, says Chatham. Come on, Raina. Pass into Anderson. Tries nope. I thought she was going to try a shot over Rosenberg, but she goes to Goggles. She bumps in the lane with Rosenberg, but her shot up and in. Hayden Goggles with the last 5 points for the Tigers, the only 5 of this half. Rosenberg's pass. She wanted Bosch, but that got away. Here comes McFadden with a steal, and things going from bad to worse in this second half. Whatever the girls talked about, Jackson in the locker room, couldn't have been this. St. Clair works it into Mulholland, gets it back. Sandra St. Clair, her pass knocked down, but she gets it back somehow. Good job by Webb to get a hand on it. Baseline three from Goggles. She finally misses, but St. Clair with the rebound. Goggles will try again. Long three. No. And the rebound off the Tigers. It'll be Jackson ball. I think Anderson got a piece of that. 5:30 to go in the third. Jackson down 20-12.
Yeah, I mean, if Jackson's not able to get some points on the board soon, a 10-point lead might be too much to overcome.
Referee brought the ball back from the concession stand, wiped some cotton candy off it. Or buttered popcorn. Pressure again from Lander. It hasn't bothered Jackson all that much. And, did I jinx this? That one off of Webb's hand, out of bounds right in front of the Tiger bench.
Jackson doesn't have very much confidence, and it's not like we've earned it, but it has resulted in us second-guessing ourselves quite a bit. I really think we just need to be able to trust our instincts.
I mean, you could see that on the floor, JC?
Yeah.
Just not confident?
Yeah. I mean, I especially see it with Grayson and sometimes with Lucy. It's just like we couldn't make a pass, but instead we choose to keep the ball and dribble more until we run into a mistake, you know?
Yep. Inbounds from Goggles, top of the key to McFadden, to St. Clair, back to McFadden. Kendall gets it to St. Clair. Good ball movement here, and there's Anderson. They've been having a hard time getting the ball in her hands, but they did there about good ball movement. Zoe bounce pass into Hero. Melanie going to try to dribble out of this trouble. A little pressure from Goggles. Pulls up her dribble. She needs help, and she'll get it from Coach. Shockley will call the timeout. He didn't like that.
Yeah, after Lander started pressing, Jackson has just been losing the ball more and more. The press has just been unbeatable so far.
That's where it comes down to our fundamentals. We need to be able to handle the ball and be able to handle these high-pressure scenarios and make good passes with that.
Something that Coach Shockley has got the girls to buy in, and they've been doing it better. I mean, last year they just unraveled when anybody pressed them. It wasn't even fair. This year, they're much better about a game plan. How are we going to get out of it? You want to pass your way out of a press? You want to dribble your way out?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these girls have just started playing. Like, they just started playing on their freshman year, and they just started getting time now. They never really had a middle school or an elementary thing. We never grew up with this type of sport.
3-point lead is now 10 for Lander. Hero with the ball. Melanie bounced pass. I think she wanted Rosenberg, but it was Anderson standing right there. Here comes Goggles on the right block. Picks up a double team. Floats one to Anderson. That didn't get there. Grayson Rosenberg with a hand. And now the reach in by Mulholland. And that'll be her second, I believe.
Yeah, both teams have done a good job this quarter not fouling. I mean, one foul just to show, and that just came right now.
Inbounds pass to Rosenberg. The old give and go to Zoe, and nobody picked her up. I love it.
Yeah, Jackson needed that to snap the 7-0 run that Lander had.
The C's just parted for Bosch. Here's St. Clair with a three off the back of the iron, no good. Mulholland pulls down the rebound, gives it to St. Clair, top of the key. McFadden, far side, Goggles, posts up, 15-footer, good. And Hayden Goggles has figured out the second half here. She's got 7 points to pace the Tigers' leading scorer. Zoe Bosch across the line, showing that speed JC talked about. Cheetah fast. Ooh. She hits the deck. Mulholland, I believe, contacted her before Anderson did.
She'll be at the line to shoot two.
No.
St. Clair is called for the foul.
Sandra St. Clair, her first personal. Zoe to the line. Bosch is a 48% free throw shooter. Jackson needs these, every one of these, importantly.
Yeah, I mean, just right after Zoe had that layup earlier, Lander was able to respond, and I mean, it could just get too far if Jackson keeps scoring this slowly.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit discouraged. You can see it. We got some tired faces out there.
Zoe converts on one of the two, makes it 24-15. Long shot from Anderson, no good. Tied up. Anderson rips it out of the hands of Kiera Friday. Friday got the worst of that. Grayson showing some of that Bronx scrappiness. It'll be Tigers ball. They lead by 9. 3:47 to go in the third. This was a 3-point game at the half, and we're all thinking maybe Jackson girls get their win. Anderson gives it right back to Goggles underneath. Loose ball out of bounds. But the push on Goggles? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like after the ball was kind of going out of
That's on
bounds.
Goggles. Yeah, they're giving it to St. Clair, but it's on Goggles.
It looks like she might have pushed Lucy Webb as they both were going out of bounds.
Yeah, more pressure again. As Bosch, baseball pass to Webb. Woo! Good job. St. Clair was not turned around. Now, nice block by St. Clair. All ball and out of bounds. Lucy Webb doesn't win too many height matchups. And that time with St. Clair, the senior, I have her at 5'8", so She'll go to the line, though. 3 points with the clock stopped. No good. 24-15 Tigers. 3:39 to go in the third. Second one converted by Webb, 24-16. Need another stop. St. Clair gives it near side here to Chance. Cross court. That's St. Clair. Georgia Chance gets it far side to Sandra St. Clair. Floats one in. Ooh, Kira Friday ran right into Rosenberg. And I don't know who's hurting more. Ooh.
I think I do. I'm insert a little bit.
Yeah, Rosenberg did a good job not really moving right there, not letting them get the foul off that.
Good job by Shockley to get Grayson out of there, let her take a breather. She got Kiera in the ribs. Those two were the ones tied up earlier, too. They've seen enough of each other. Here's Allison Burcham going to go by herself. Bounce pass, Ankeny wide open, fires one. That's just short. Anderson up ahead to Kira Friday. Friday on Mads. Holland steps right around her but missed the layup. And the rebound fought for by Friday and Burcham. And it's going to be Friday picking up the foul.
Both teams are just suffering with those easy points right there.
Yeah.
Goes in.
Yeah, that'll be the fifth foul on Lander, which sends Jackson in the bonus with 3 minutes left in the third period.
This is not going to be a game in the 60s. And Lander went 60s with Pinedale Saturday. They're in a whole different kind of game this afternoon. Burcham to the line with 3:01 to go. Her first is good. Within 7. And she got them both.
Wow, Burcham's shot has really improved since she was a freshman. I'm really proud of her.
Yeah, she's been one of my favorite players off the bench.
Yeah, me too.
Floating pass inside to Anderson. She's in too deep to do anything. Gets it to Friday. Her shot good. And 3.
Yeah, it just seems like when Jackson starts chipping away at the lead, Lander has some big play to just answer right back.
I know it. Jackson Bronx 18-point total is their best of the year, one of their best.
No, I thought 28 against Green River.
No.
Yeah, remember that?
I don't remember that. Oh, is that when we were all pushing for 30?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
That was when I guessed that they were going to score 17, and you all thought it was crazy.
Yeah, so like, Liam, there's no way, and they did. You're right.
Dang, this team needs an Audrey Flores on the court.
Zoe Bosch with it now as she works ahead on McFadden, or Lincoln, rather. It's Kira Lincoln, the senior. I don't see a whole lot of her for the Tigers, but she's on the floor now, along with Mulholland, Chance, St. Clair, and Friday. For the Jackson girls, it's Webb, Burcham, Rosenberg, Bosch, and Ankeny. Here's St. Clair looking for something inside. Finds Mulholland, but Grayson Rosenberg right on her. Around the perimeter they go. Oh, pass intended for St. Clair. Picked off. Lucy Webb's got it. She'll pull up, wait for her mates to get there. Zoe Bosch, Coach Shockley telling Grayson
good pass.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. Good idea, but no finish there. St. Clair pulls up, and she is hounded, now tackled by Bosch. Those two go to the floor, and it's another jump ball. Arrow Jackson Rhodes checks in for Bosch, it looks like. Zoe can't believe she's coming out. It doesn't happen very often. Zoe's like, it can't be me. Just under 2 to go, 27-18. Tigers lead this one, but it's not been tremendously easy for Lander. They're going to know they're in a war. Burcham sets a nice screen for Webb. The loose ball rose to Ankeny. Here's Lucy Webb. Again, another screen from Burcham. Lucy Webb stolen away by Kira Lincoln, and a quick foul there. That's going to be on the Bronx.
Right there, I see we got a lot of speed. We need to convert that into strength right there, being able to hold on to the ball tight and not let Lander just pick it away.
Yeah, that foul might have been the smart thing to do, as it prevents the fast break from Lander.
Lander ball down to a minute and a half, and that's Webb's going to get 2 quick ones here. Her third, team third, and we get J.C. Chatham in the game for the Browns. And for Lucy Webb.
Hayden block. Wear my number proud.
Yeah. Hayden's going to be a good one. I have to.
He's athletic.
Yeah. Good cross-court pat. Lander's not afraid to chuck it all the way across court. That shot no good by chance. Rebound. And Ankeny can't believe that's on her, but it is.
Yeah, quick 3 fouls for Jackson. They make their total of fouls go from 1 to 4, almost getting in the bonus, which Lander isn't.
Kiera Friday's been good at the stripe today, and she's got that. 28-18, 10-point game. Ankeny comes out. Zoe Bosch right back in there. No, it's Burcham going to come out. Burcham and Ankeny come out. Friday's second is good. 29-18. Zoe Bosch wants to launch one of those again. She tells Hayden Block, go deep. Oh, here's Zoe, 1-on-3. Finds Block, far side. She's going to let one go. Good! Hayden Block.
Yeah, that was a big one for Jackson. Needed that to kind of snap the run that Randall was on.
Good job by Zoe Bosch to find it, but yeah, the answer is there again. It's Friday. She puts it up and in. 31-20 for Friday. That's her 12th point of the game. 40 seconds, Zoe Bosch, and again, she's got the drive if she wanted it. Dishes to Rosenberg. Her shot partially blocked short.
Right there, we see the second guessing and the lack of confidence that Jackson had. Zoe should have gone right up with that.
Yeah, I wanted Zoe to go right up with that. Yep. This Mulholland attracts a lot of attention, and they're going to kick it back outside. St. Clair with a long one that's no good, out of bounds. It could not be saved by Friday. It'll be Jackson ball with 18 seconds, so time to get down the court and do something here. Maybe trim this lead a little bit. It's 31-21. They went back and gave a 3 to Block, I think. I didn't think she was beyond the arc, but that must have been what they did. Zoe Bosch across the line with 11 seconds. Block, she'll try another 3 this time, and that's too strong. Rebound gets into the hands of Kiera Lincoln. She has little time to work with up to Friday. Friday trying to be unselfish. Good! It's St. Clair with the 3 as if they needed to make it 34-21 at the buzzer. We'll go to the final 8 minutes after this. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
With live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Such a bad picture.
Coach Shockley is going to send in one of his secret weapons, J.C. Chatham, senior, 31.
Okay.
As we begin the fourth, Jackson down 34-21. The girls have played well, though. Just a little bit more confidence. J.C. would like to see. Liam would like to see some more shots get down there. Defense has been pretty good. I mean, 34 for Lander after 3.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been bad, but certainly like the lead at halftime was Lander was up by 3, and now Lander's up by 13.
Yeah,
so
that changed.
Yeah, I remember every time I would go into a game, this team has been losing team for a long time, and it would be really hard for us to feel like, okay, we can do this. You know, this isn't the narrative we need to keep in our head.
Goggles hit that three, and she's got a couple of those. Step back three from Bosch to answer, no good. And the rebound, Hayden Goggles up ahead to Kira Friday. She'll try 1-on-2 and gets it. And hitting the deck is Rhodes. Didn't commit a foul, but also didn't get any ball there. And Friday's up with a layup. Fourth quarter not starting Jackson's way. Zoe Bosch looking for Reyna on that backdoor cut, but and there's a little stare off as Zoe Bosch and Hayden Goggles get acquainted. Going to be on Goggles, her fourth.
First Lander team foul.
Bosch will inbounds right here in front of her own bench with Coach Shockley watching. Bounce pass into Webb. Webb hands it back off to Zoe Bosch. Lander drops down in that 2-3 zone into Rosenberg. Well, that might be a man, actually. Reach in on Kendall McFadden.
Also her fourth.
Yeah, fouls starting to add up here. And Lander does not have a deep bench. They play really these same 8 girls. Lucy Webb with a good look three, no good. Mulholland pulls down the rebound, gives it to Anderson. Adelant pushes it up ahead to Hayden Goggles. Goggles finds baseline McFadden. Back to Goggles, inside Anderson. And a quick double team, Holland and Rosenberg. So, yeah, Jackson just not letting Anderson beat him. Kira Friday, meanwhile, is the one who has been beating him. Her shot no good. Holland rebound. Lucky she didn't get a travel there, and she did.
Looks like the Jackson bench kind of wanted a push from Anderson there, but didn't get it.
A lot of the Jackson defense reminds me of Bailey Chamberlain. She's sitting on the bench there, assistant coaching for this team while it's here. And that's just a lot of aggression, sometimes moving a little too quickly. But
Bailey played hard.
Exciting, and so getting after it, you know.
That's Anderson with a turnaround 8-footer, good. And it's 41-21, a 20-point game. Yeah, that I remember Chamberlain, and she could get to 5 fouls in about 40 seconds on the floor.
Oh, God, yeah. She'd either be getting the 5 fouls on the floor or she would be on the floor.
Yes, yeah, both, yeah, for sure. Zoe, meanwhile, Bosch ties up with Anderson, and Zoe has seen all the Tigers she wants today. She's got that exasperated Bosch look in the fourth. 41-21, 20-point game. Zoe triggered in here to Lucy Webb. Mulholland watches her. Top of the key, Rosenberg. Open for a moment. Friday came out on her. Bosch puts a good move on Friday, but then pulls up. Rosenberg to Webb. Lucy got bumped there hard by Goggles, and she's done. Oh, I hate to see you go, Hayden. She's had a good game.
Third Lander team foul. Into the lineup is Lincoln for the Tigers. Into the lineup is Bertram for the Bronx.
Bertram comes in for Jackson, replacing Reyna Rhodes. Zoe Bosch will inbound here to Webb. Lucy Webb gets away from Mulholland just enough to put that shot up. No good. And Kira Friday goes sky high in front of Zoe to pull that rebound down. Here comes Friday. Hands off. Far side. That one thrown out of bounds. We get our first look at Brianna Lincoln. I have not seen Brianna play in a long time. As Tiger coach Drew Powell empties the bench here with Goggles in foul trouble. 5:20 to go. 20-point lead for the Tigers. Jackson ball, Webb to Holland. Near side, Bertram. Bertram working on Lincoln. Dribbles to between the circles. Now Grayson Rosenberg. You still have a dribble, Grace. Passes over far side of Webb. Zoe looking back door for Mance Holland, just over the top of her outstretched hand and out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Jake Nichols along with Liam McPeak, JC Chatham, special guest, color commentator sitting in for the girls' game, and Kimmy K has finally arrived. I can say that she doesn't have headphones on. Shockley got to talk things over. That halftime Newt Rockney speech didn't work. Girls were down 3 at the half, and they've let this one slip away. But there's no way Lander was going to shoot that poorly. Tigers did not have a great shooting first half. They've gotten better in the second half. Or was it turnover? What do you think? What's been the demise in this final?
Well, yeah, the demise was Jackson started missing more shots, and Lander just did the opposite, started making more shots.
Yeah.
But, yeah, also turnovers. I mean, Lander just kind of stopped turning the ball over, and we're getting way more rebounds, and Jackson just the opposite.
Mulholland far side to Lincoln. She'll try a long one. That's off the front of the iron. No good. Zoe Bosch tracks down the rebound.
Jackson always comes out of the game either on or completely off. And I remember this when I was in the program. When we came on, it was great for the first half. And then we would get exasperated. We would start second guessing, bickering, and then things would just kind of fall apart between us.
Yeah, that sounds like, it sounds like a young team. You guys weren't as young as this team and last year's team. But
no.
Yeah, I could see that. It goes from bad to worse real quick, just starts rolling downhill.
Yeah. Once there's a couple things that go bad, it all goes bad.
Yeah.
But let's see him pick it up here.
Lucy Webb with a steal. Pass intended for Adeline Anderson. Webb steals it. Goes cross court. Zoe Bosch. She's open. She'll try a long 3 and just short. And the rebound, Zoe Mulholland. So Zoe shot, Zoe rebound. Brianna Lincoln. That's Kendall McFadden inside to Anderson. Ran right into Grayson. Rosenberg has played a physical game. She's been physical with Friday. That was pretty good contact with Anderson. Grayson is playing a monster game, and I'm thinking about my MVP for the game for Jackson.
That is so incredible. I remember when she was a freshman, she had all this strength, but she would never be able to use it.
Yeah.
So incredible to see her be able to take that.
I think she's playing very physical.
It's been really impressive. I've really liked watching her.
20-point lead for the Tigers with 4 minutes. Inbounds bounce pass to Anderson. There's not a lot of room to do anything there, and it's coughed up. Zoe Bosch working on Friday, and that got out of her hands for a moment. Raina Rhodes saved her, but now Friday takes it back. Up ahead to Anderson. Tries one over the top of Rosenberg. Shot no good. They let him play. Rebound is in. It's Friday, and she'll go to the line, and she's been lights out at the stripe.
Yeah, Lander not taking their foot off the gas. It was just a 3-point lead going into halftime, and now it's a 20-point lead.
43-21. Kiera eyes the extra and gets it. 44-21 with 3:40 to go.
I know this time in the game can be pretty heartbreaking for the Jackson team.
Yeah. You're kind of out of it. Things aren't going your way, and you can really fall back into yourself in a bad way. But
you're all wanting to finish strong and do the best you can.
Yeah.
But you're still just like, we were so close.
Is that you're still thinking about that like right now with down to 3:30 to go, and you're like, we are so close.
We were. It's like the moment of like, oh my God, we were 3 points, and oh God, how did it get to this?
Right.
But trying to finish strong that's what always was going through my mind.
Yeah, it's not about how you start; it's how you finish it.
It's another Liamism. They're all gems, Liam.
Yeah, you should get this framed.
Grayson missed that first free throw. She'll shoot another here. 3:33 to go. Jackson down 23 in a game that was much, much closer not long ago. Rosenberg misses that. But Jackson with the rebound, momentarily scramble for the ball, and Mads Holland got tied up with Anderson, who comes up shaking her. Adeline hurt that hand Saturday as well, and I wonder if that wrist or that hand still is bothering her as she's shaking that. Lander ball, they got a big lead and just looking to work ball control here. There's a pass inside to Anderson. Kicks it out to Friday. Good ball movement up and in St. Clair. And some pretty good passing right there. What do you do?
I mean, I don't think there's anything can to. You're already exhausted. The game's kind of out of reach. I say you just keep playing, keep taking shots like that shot.
Zoe missed off the iron. Grayson almost had the rebound, but it goes to Georgia Chance. Now to Anderson. Feeds backdoor Holland wide open. And a good eye by Anderson to see Mulholland on that backside. And right now, Lander passing is tic-tac-toe.
This is where using speed as your number one thing in the game can really bite you. They're looking pretty tired to me.
Yeah, they are. Jackson girls looking tired. Tuesday game after playing 2 over the weekend. And you got 2 more coming up this weekend. Home against Star Valley, your arch rivals, and then on the road to Green River. You remember Star Valley fondly, JC?
Oh, God, not fondly. Definitely not fondly.
Not really.
I had some good moments against them, but I never was able to get that win. Once in middle school, I did.
Is that
and
right?
I'm going to hold on to it as much as I can.
Do it. That was always a tough place to go play at Afton.
Yeah. They were brutal. They were.
Yeah. Shockley just trying to pump the tires, keep these girls up a little bit for the final 2:40. One thing you can do is take the opportunity to use some other players, get Block and Ankeny and Shayla Nava.
Yeah, I remember seeing the vein in his temple pop out. Quite a bit. I know that's what those girls are seeing.
That's funny. I think the vein came out in the third, and now it's simply he's resolved to the fact that, all right, not going to be our game. Bosch into Burcham, back to Zoe. Meanwhile, Lander has got much of their bench out with the exception of Anderson. Long shot, too short, trying to save it on that far side and couldn't do it is Harley Rommel. Good effort. 2:35 to go. Tigers imposing their will now. They led it 3 at the half. Jackson girls were right in this. And now Lander just pulling away as Chance needs help, finds it with St. Clair, Sandra St. Clair. Bounce pass to Chance. Back to St. Clair. You'll see St. Clair's brother in a minute playing for the boys. Now there's Anderson up and in. Got away from Burcham just for a second. And makes it 50-21. Ankeny to Burcham. Allison drives it to the paint. Now kick out to Rommel. She was trying to do something with the ball before she got it. Now she secures it. Harley working on Mulholland. Gives her a shove. Creates some space for herself and misses that shot. But a good idea. Harley doing it all by herself.
I think she's got some great potential. I'm really excited to see her in the next couple of years.
Yeah. Ankeny comes out for Block. And Coach Shockley will bring out some of the bench. Tigers as well. Down to 1:47 to go. Here comes Lander over the timeline. Kiera Lincoln lost the handle. Zoe trying to take it from her. Kiera does get saved by Friday, who does a good job backing Block into the hole and putting it up and in. Just Kiera playing more physical. Zoe Bosch, she'll drive by herself. Left-handed layer, no good, with a reach-in foul. That might be on Lincoln, I think. No, it's on McFadden.
Yeah, Lander's done a better job so far controlling their fouls. I feel like they had 5 just in the first 3 minutes alone, but now 4 minutes later we're seeing another one.
Zoe's got that one. Points hard to come by in the second half for Jackson. They were on pace to score some, but they have been shut down here in the final 16 minutes. Second one from Zoe. No good, and the rebound is Lander. I'm not sure who 53 is.
Rounds into the lineup for the Tigers.
I don't have a 3 either, but they called her Brown, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Hayden Block with it now, pulls up her dribble, finds Zoe
pass.
Bosch. Yes. Zoe got loose underneath and a nice touch on the pass to find Bosch.
Yeah, Jackson doing a good job not giving up. This game might be out of reach, but you can still show promise for the future games.
Here's Kira Lincoln, drives her away, and ball gets stuck. And who do we got tall enough to get that? You're going to pull one of the boys off? Oh, they're going to do it.
I'll come down. Let's go.
Yeah, now look out. We got 31s coming. Chatham, yeah.
I need some time on the court.
JC, you can get vert and get that.
No, I can't. Hey, the ref scored. Can we count that?
Down to the last minute, 52-24. Lander Tigers are going to get about their average scoring-wise in this season. Well, they're a little above that, actually. As that long pass goes out of bounds, Hero can't track it down. And if Melanie can't get to it, nobody can. Everybody comes back and gets set. Georgia Chance, the sophomore, will trigger in with Block watching her. Bounce pass into 53 to 3. Long shot from Chance, no good. Zoe Bosch with the rebound, and she got whacked immediately by Brown. Is it Brown or Moore? I forget now. 3.
No idea. I think it might be Brown.
I think it might. Now they're going to call it on Lincoln anyway. Never mind. Kira Lincoln with a foul. Her first, her second. And to the line, Zoe misses the first. And Zoe gets that 52-25.
Yeah, with not a lot of crowd noise, you can kind of hear Shockley and some of the things he's saying, and they're just not very nice.
That can't be good. Yeah, that's just the vein talking. And a reach in on Hero right there. And Melanie picks up her first, and Jackson not in the bonus. That's just their third of this quarter. Down to 53 seconds. Inbounds pass to Chance, Georgia. Whips it up ahead to Lincoln to 53. Whoever that might be, her shot no good. The rebound taken away by Lucy Webb. Lucy comes up to Melanie Hero. Melanie working on Brown, and here's Zoe Bosch. Pulls up, finds Reyna. She's wide open. Take a shot and rattles in and out. That was close. Kira Lincoln came out to get a hand in her face, but a good look by Reyna. That should have gone.
I love how just Jackson is still working like it's 0-0.
Yeah, they are. They're playing to the end.
Offensive foul called on Lincoln.
It's been a characteristic of these girls. They give you all they got, always have. I mean, going back to even before you, if there was a before you type, JC, but the girls have always played hard.
Definitely there was. There's a lot of people who I learned it from.
Raina Rhodes lost the dribble out of bounds and a turnover. Lander ball. Down to our final 10 seconds in this one. Jackson going to press here. Lucy Webb reaches in and commits the foul. Still not in the bonus, though, as she reached in on Lincoln. No, wait a minute. Why are we have the ball?
Looks like they gave an offensive foul on
Yeah, we'll take it
again.
Okay.
I'll take it.
And a timeout. Coach Shockley, a timeout with 7.5 to go. What is he?
Really dragging out these last few minutes.
Yes, he is.
Hey, we got it. We still can make that by 20 points. This timeout. Got it.
Coach Shockley going to go over a few things here.
That's one of the things I really loved about Shockley. He never quits.
Yeah.
Been here for 20 years, and we've had some really, really tough years. I've always admired him for that. You know, when I was playing, like, he never was my coach, but anytime I text him being like, hey, I need to get some working on my shot. Can you come work with me in the morning? He would love to do that for me. He never says no to any person trying to work their hardest, you know.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I tore my ACL, I felt like Shockley was the only coach that really cared at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the football coaches, I could say critical things, but Shockley, like, every day he'd be like, how's the knee doing? Even today, I was walking from bathroom back from English. He was like, how's the knee doing?
Yeah, same thing with my sister when she quit the team.
Hyla?
Hyla.
Yeah, I
she did
remember Hyla.
her sophomore year. Yeah, she quit. And Shockley would text her the entire time while she was doing her like speech and debate stuff, and was asking her for updates and all these things. He's a great guy.
Coach Shockley for the win.
He's an incredible person.
Cool. He's still coaching them up right to the end. Let's find an MVP for each team, and then we'll get reset for the boys. Who'd you like on Lander's side of things? Let's start with JC. What Tiger jumped out at you?
You know, when I was playing, she was always the hardest person for me to get through, but number 32.
Yeah.
Goggles, I really liked seeing her play. I always do.
Hayden Goggles had a pretty good game. She does a lot for the Tiger team. Liam?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Hayden Goggles, because defense do win championships. I mean, she fouled out. It's the highest honor you can bestow on defense.
I'll make it a clean sweep. I'll go Goggles as well. On our side of the things, Jackson girls who had their game on today.
Yeah, I loved Grayson. I just really, really thought she did a great job in the paint. She's improved so much since she was a freshman. And I think Lucy also did an incredible job. I've really loved seeing her improve and just her defense. She used to be very, very physical in a way that would just cause fouls right away. And now I'm seeing her being able to control herself but yet maintain that physicality is really incredible.
Yeah. Liam, I'm going to go Grayson too because she kind of neutralized Anderson. That's a tough job even though Grayson didn't have any points. What do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to go Zoe Bosch because, I mean, she led the team in points. Definitely, like, points were not the strong suit today, but I think double-digit points is a big thing.
Yeah. Cool. JC Chatham, man, we enjoyed having you here. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for letting me back on.
All right.
I appreciate it.
We'll see you down the road. Don't be a stranger.
Of course. No way.
We'll get reset here as we get to the pregame for the boys. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
All right, we're back courtside, back to the action as both teams out here doing their warm-ups. And you were talking about it earlier, Mac, about how this could be kind of a sleeper trap game for Jackson. They've got to make sure that they don't take Lander too lightly.
Yes, Lander coming off the 70-68 win over Pinedale. And, you know, Pinedale gave Jackson some struggles earlier when Jackson played Pinedale. And so Pinedale's a very good, they're a ranked 3A team for a reason, and Lander just came in, put on a show at home, and really put the high-octane offense, really making Pinedale struggle.
I think that's a good indication that both these teams beat Pinedale, but Jackson took a little bit. I mean, it wasn't easy, and Lander took them right down to the wire, although they did so at home. So I don't know. There's Lander Tigers statistically not having one of their best seasons under Stuart Mullins. 4-11 overall, 2-1 in quadrant. Probably shouldn't be too much for Jackson, especially if the Bronx can get rolling and get a little home crowd behind them and put this away. But if you let the Tigers hang around, I'm worried. And make sure you're not looking at Star Valley Saturday yet, or Friday.
Yes, Jackson's got to keep playing the way they've been playing the last 5 games, and why they've been doing so well at the streak is they've been moving the ball around, doing their jobs, shooting threes really well, getting Andrew Hanna the ball, really getting great scoring output from their 4 leading scorers. And so they just got to keep playing their game, playing with purpose. And if they keep doing that, then they should take the win.
Yeah, don't forget about Seb Brunner's defense. He'll take your best guard and take him out of the game.
Yeah.
And, I mean, defense do win championships. And I think that also with the defense, when you get inside, you have to worry about Andrew Hanna and Gavin Keelan. Gavin Keelan has been blocking more than Andrew Hanna. He also is more of a kind of a three-point shooter than Andrew Hanna.
Yeah. And as Mag pointed out, that I really forgot about is Andrew's a good ball distributor. So even when you pound it inside to him and you double him, you better watch out. He'll kick it right back out to somebody who's open. That could be Mason, could be Seb. There's a lot of, but this should be another game where Hanna gets to see a lot of the rock. There's really no answer on the Lander side of things. Bennett Washburn, their leading scorer and leading rebounder, is 6'4". He's a baller for sure. And if Jackson does what they've been doing, if Coach Elliott does what he's been doing, look for Hanna to be matched up on Washburn, and Seb will probably pick up Peyton Bell or Parker Sixby. Sixby's a threat to shoot threes, but he's pretty one-dimensional. Peyton Bell had a great game Saturday, and he's a shifty guard. So that's my keys to the game, actually, as we take a look at keys to the game for the boys. And one of them is don't look ahead. Take care of business right now. You can't beat Star Valley tonight. You've got to beat Lander. Also, I'm putting Seb on number 1 for them, and I'm putting Hanna on number 15. That's Washburn, their big guy. We'll see if Jackson does it. The zone that Pinedale played gave Lander a lot of trouble, but Jackson does not play a ton of zone. Another thing that gives the Tigers trouble so far all year has been press. But the Bronx don't press a whole bunch either, do they, Mac?
Yeah, not particularly. Their half-court defense is very strong, but they don't really pressure the ball as much as maybe they should often. That's more of the coaching decision by Matt Elliott, and so far has worked for Jackson. Getting more rest, not full court pressuring, and getting that rest helps Jackson with the energy-wise, keeping it up for the whole 32 minutes.
Let's get the player introduction for the boys. That's brought to you by Young Life of Jackson.
Seth Runner, senior. Harrison Ward, senior. Van Baltus, junior. AJ Fowler, senior. Owen Connors, senior. Aaron Larson, junior.
Andrew Hanna, senior.
Jack Berzay, junior.
Mason Borchard, senior.
Gavin Keelan, senior. Todd Zane, senior. Jesse Larson, junior. Paul Wetzel, junior. Connor Scott, sophomore.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Jackson Bronx want to keep it rolling. A win would give them 6 straight and would even their overall record to 500 basketball. That's an important benchmark. Playing 500 ball feels better anyway.
Yes, absolutely, because Jackson's only had one season where they've had a winning record in the last 10 years, and that was last year.
Really?
And so, yeah, because we'll remember the 0-22 season 2 years ago, and then 1-18, and then Hatfield came into the picture 9-12, and then 14-12 last year. So keeping that winning record tradition for the second straight year is something beautiful to see, and let's see if the Jackson Bronx can do it with a win today and a win on Friday.
Imagine we'll get the same starting 5 for Jackson. For Lander Valley, it's been a whole lot of who we said. Bennett Washburn, the 6'4 senior. He'll certainly get the start along with Peyton Bell, who's really come on, the 5'8 junior. And then 6B is their 3-ball guy. He'll go as his shot is going. Taylon Whelan also get a ton of playing time, the senior. And Finn McFadden is a freshman. They're really high on. We just saw his sister play in the girls' game. He's gotten better and better every game. We'll get ready here with the playing of our national anthem and get right back to tap things off here in Jackson. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by YDOT.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
And we're ready to go here at Jackson Hole High School on a rare Tuesday game made possible because of the earlier postponement. This is a makeup game, and for Jackson, girls and boys, it's a step down in conference playing a 3A team. Didn't matter that much for the girls because that 3A Lady Tiger team is pretty darn good. This should be a win on paper for Jackson coming down to 3A to play Lander, but Lander's not a team that's going to lay down. They didn't take the 3.5-hour bus ride to lose.
Yeah, I feel like this game's got some sentiment for Jackson as it is winter ball week. This will be the first game before winter ball because winter ball's on Thursday. So winning this one would definitely mean a lot to this Jackson crowd and this Jackson team.
Yeah, it'll be the same starting 5 for Jackson. Seb Brunner, AJ Fowler, Andrew Hanna, Mason Borchard, and Gavin Keelan. For the Lander Tigers wearing their road greens, black trimmed in green and white. It's going to be Peyton Bell, averaging 4.5 a game, but he has really come on of late. That number should be much higher. He had a big game Saturday. And he'll be out there with Noah St. Clair, the 6'2 sophomore, Bennett Washburn, the 6'4 senior. Parker Sixby, watch him from deep, and Taylor Whelan, the senior. Jackson moving left to right on your YouTube. Mason Borchert still sporting that right thumb wrap as he'll jump it with Washburn. This should be fun. Mason just got the jump on him, but look who was there to pick up the loose change, Peyton Bell. And Lander will start with the basketball. Driving is Whelan, now hands off to Parker Sixby, almost threw his pass away. And now it's Washburn, and it will be Hannah on him. Seb looks like he's matched up with Sixby, the 3-shooter. Drive to the lane, and good deny by Keelan. That was Whelan who came up empty. And Andrew's going to pull a travel here, so 30 seconds in, nothing's happened.
And we've seen this from Andrew Hanna. He gets a little excited at the beginning of games, taking a little too many extra steps.
Peyton Bell sets up the Lander offense to 6B to Washburn, far side of Whelan. Whelan to Bell, kicks it back out to Taylor Whelan with Borchard on him. Oh, and he lost the handle momentarily, but it goes right to the hands of St. Clair and poked out of bounds by the Bronx, I think. Yeah. Lander ball inbounds.
Yeah, Lander started with the majority of the possession so far because Jackson just not a good way you want to start it, but no points yet. Still waiting on it.
Remember, last weekend, Jackson started 6-0 down to, who was that? Kelly Walsh?
Yeah.
Made that back up pretty quickly. Here's Whelan. Hands it to St. Clair. Noah pump ball fake on Keelan. Down shoves Keelan right back to the rack and puts a shot over the top of him. Gavin stayed right there. Didn't foul him and didn't give him a shot. Here's Keelan. Hands off to Seb Brunner. Brunner being watched by Peyton Bell. Keelan had an open look for a minute. There's Hannah putting that pivot. Goes right back out to Seb. Now to Gavin Keelan. Jackson still trying to find a shot. It's a pretty good 2-3 zone Lander will put up. As Brunner has a good shot, won't go. Keelan's rebound, that won't fall either. And 2 misses on balls that should have went in. Washburn with the rebound.
Yeah, it'll look like Lander will be in the defensively 3-2 or 2-3 zone so far.
I would zone Jackson up every time. Make the Bronx prove they can shoot it from deep. Jackson not a great triple shooting team. Mason Borchard gets a look as he gets by his man Sixby. His shot no good. On the rebound, Whelan. So both sides of the ball, there's cellophane over the cylinders. Whelan gets it to Sixby. Parker working on Seb Brunner. His shot over the top of him, no good. Battle for the rebound goes to Keelan. Still stuck at zeros. Mason Borchard misses an easy layup. You're kidding me. This is a Tuesday game. It's got.
I think he wanted to dunk it.
I think he did too. I think you're right, Leo. I think he was thinking about slamming it. Changed his mind at the last second. Seb with a reverse layup, and finally somebody has scored 2-0.
You can put the reverse on the reverse layup. It looked like he was just facing the student section on that one.
Jackson up 2-0. Wheel it to Peyton Bell. Bell drives the lane. His shot no good. Keelan bothered him with an arm up there. Here's Seb. Look out behind. It's Bell. Keelan into Hannah. His shot no good, but a foul, and that's going to be on Noah St. Clair. First foul of the game.
Yeah, if you're going to send anybody to the line, you want Hannah to go to the line.
You do. And it may be what Lander has to do a lot of because they just don't have a guy who's going to size up with Hannah. Andrew's got that, makes it 3-0.
And Andrew getting to the line a lot, and his free throw shooting has improved a little bit from what we've seen in the past.
Just by all the work. Yeah, he's had a lot of them. That one no good. Finn McFadden, the freshman of the game now for Lander. Pulled down the board. There's Whelan. Gives it to Parker Sixby. To McFadden, the freshman drives the lane. Now pulls up his dribble, needs help. Gets it out to Whelan. Whelan makes a move on Borchard, up and in. Mason was with him every step of the way, but credit Whelan. The senior got it up and over. Baseline three from Fowler is no good. And the rebound to Keelan, and Jackson will get another look at it. The Borchard. Seb, that's a monster three. Are you kidding? Oh, man.
And the Bronx have been doing a great job moving the ball around, being methodical with their possessions.
Seb was well behind the arc on that one. Driving the lane by McFadden. Can't get it. Rebound Jackson. Here come the Bronx. They're up 6-2. Just underway here with the first into Hannah. It gets by Washburn.
Yeah, that'll just be the script for the night. Feed Andrew Hannah in the paint.
Washburn 6'4". He's a pretty good post guy. He's not a great defender, and he doesn't block a ton. He's going to have trouble against Hannah, but he may get his points. We'll see. Nice shot in the lane there. Won't go, though, by Whelan. And boy, Lander just not feeling it. Kind of like the girls started this one. Whelan reach with a reach in. But the Lander girls started the same way, as if they were still hitting the snooze alarm. Jackson up 8-2. They have the ball. Keelan into Hannah, working on Washburn. I thought he was in too deep, but no. Nice reverse layup. But the ball hung on the rim and wouldn't fall. 6B to McFadden to Whelan. Whelan will drive on Borchard. Kick out to the shifty Bell. He's got AJ on him. And now it's 6B again. His shot no good, but they get the rebound. McFadden to Peyton Bell. Bell working on AJ Fowler. Long three from 6B, and that's what he does. Money. And it's 8-5.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Seb there, you got to get up on that, because I mean, that's his strong suit. You got to cover that.
Seb might have given him one. He said, "Let's see if you're feeling it," and maybe he doesn't see another one that open again. Here it is again. 6B on Brunner. 6B going to walk right down the right block and can't get it. Seb played him tight. Bounce pass to Borchard. Borchard over McFadden. His shot good, and it's 10-5.
And so far, the Bronx have been doing a great job defensively, making sure Lander's only getting one possession.
They're hitting the boards pretty hard, Jackson is. They're also getting points off transition. They're getting down the court very quickly. This is not a great rebounding Lander team, ranked 13 out of 16. They pull down about 24 boards a game, and not super great. By the numbers, there's not anything the Tigers do great. They don't score a bunch. They give up too many. They're just starting to come together a little bit as a team, and I'm sure they relish the idea of underdog on the road, but is that enough when you're playing the Bronx on a 5-game heater? I don't know.
Especially when Jackson's undefeated on the road.
Good point. Yeah, Jackson has not lost here. Washburn's shot no good. And the Tigers can't buy one except for 6B's three, really. Borchard into Hannah. Quick kick out to Barazay. Jack's got to go right up with that. Borchard lost the handle. Stolen away. St. Clair, or Brooklyn John, rather, pushes it up. And there's Peyton Bell, and he is fast. He got by AJ. 10-7. Brunner to Fowler. Back to 7. Another long three just off the front iron short. Hannah with the putback. No. Can't get it. The rebound. McFadden. Here comes the Tigers. Down to 1:15 to go in the opening frame.
Yeah, looking like Coach Elliott wants some changes, as Jackson's been cold for a little bit.
Peyton Bell just hanging on to the ball in front of that. And he had all day to make that pass, and Seb stole it away. But Seb's drive is no good on the layup. Mason Borchard up and in. Good job by Mason to wait till he felt like he could get up.
And Jackson doing a great job getting the offensive rebounds and making Lander pay with those second chance points.
Long three, good, and that's Taylor Whelan, and he will also hit triples. Averages almost 9 a game. And he has the answer for the Tigers. 12-10 Jackson, 30 ticks. Underneath to Hannah. Somehow he was matched up with Finn McFadden, the 5'11 freshman, and that won't work. 14-10 Jackson. Here's Peyton Bell. Playing for the last shot as he takes a peek at the clock and another look at the black hole. Peyton pulls up, kicks out to Whelan. Whelan's going to try another three. That's good. Taylor Whelan. And that might do it. See if we've got time for one more here. Launch, no good. And after one, it's Jackson 14, Lander 13.
Yeah, Jackson doing a very poor job covering the three-point line.
We'll leave you with that. Come right back with the second quarter. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Grovemont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
Your home for Jackson Hole High School sports is KZ95. Let's get back to the game.
Both teams break the huddle. Jackson Bronx will send out Owen Kana along with Jack Barazay as Coach Elliott wants a different look. How many layups have the Bronx missed? I mean, just gimmies.
Several, and that's been a big problem for the Bronx, why they've had a unexpected slow start to the game. Slower than they'd like to have.
Hannah not on the floor to start this second. Gavin Keelan with a long three.
Yeah, definitely what Jackson needed there.
When Gavin gets his threes, they seem to be important, and that was. It's Peyton Bell working on A.J. Fowler, drives him to the rack. A.J. got a lot of ball there, but he's going to get whistled up. He's not complaining a whole bunch. Bell will go to the line in the act of shooting, a 50% free throw shooter. Peyton averages just a little over 4 a game, but like we said, he's really come on. I was talking to the County 10 announcers over there just to the left of us, and they said he started the year on JV and just has played his way into a starting varsity role. And a lot of it is his quickness. I mean, it's definitely not his ability to dunk. But they said he's strong. They said in the weight room, you'd be surprised how strong this kid is. And he's quick. Hannah head to A.J. Fowler. Gavin Keelan to Andrew Hannah right down the lane. Noah St. Clair just wanted to get out of his way. Jackson up by 4. There's a long three from Bell. That's good. And Lander hanging in there with the triples. Timeout. Is that Elliott?
Yes, yeah. Matt Elliott with the timeout call, and I think that's a good timeout, even though I'm pretty positive he's probably said a thing or two to the Bronx that they need to defend the three-point line, and the Bronx just aren't doing it that well to start this game. Lander really making Jackson pay with their three-point shooting.
Well, Liam already yelled at the team for not covering that three, not getting out there. I can see why, because Lander on film is not a team that's going to kill you from threes, not statistically and not what I've seen on film, but you got to play the game that's in front of you, and they're hitting them now.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get out there because, I mean, this is kind of a trap game. I mean, Lander, they might not be a very good team on paper, but they're still a team. Still a team you can very much lose to.
Yeah, much too close. 19-18, Jackson up 1. Kana to Seb Runner of the backcourt. A little bit of pressure here shown by Lander. I think if Jackson dialed up the pressure, they could do things against the Tigers. There's Borchert wide open. Keelan baseline 3. That's no good. And Peyton Bell, all 5'8" of them up for the board. Bell working on Hannah. Doesn't like that matchup. Now gives it to Taylor Whalen, who missed the layer. Boy, unless it's 3, the Tigers can't hit it. Jackson can't hit a layup either. Hannah to Borchert, his 3. That's too short. Rebound is Parker Sixby.
Yeah, as Borchert runs from that three, looks like his thumb. He was just shaking his thumb.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not a good sign. As Bell hands off to 6B. That pass tipped and into the arms of Hanna. Andrew Hanna over to Kana. Owen pump fake. Inside to Andrew Hanna, and he could not handle that high pass. Too bad, because Hanna was on St. Clair, 6'2". Here comes Bell again, and that three is no good. Gavin with a rebound. And still, for the points we have, 19-18, you get the feeling that nobody's really in a groove yet. Borchert drives baseline, shut off by Noah St. Clair, and he's going to pick up the block.
Maybe this is the strategy that Jackson should start using, calling fouls, because nothing seems to be going in. Maybe the free throw, the easiest points allegedly in the game. Maybe that will be the answer.
Yeah, allegedly.
St. Clair is second in the act of shooting, so Borchert will go to the line, and he can't get it. Mason grimacing in pain. It's the thumb. It was the hip. He's still shaking that thumb, as he can't get that first one to go. 5:41 to go in the half. Jackson up one. Now it's two. 20-18. Tiger ball. Peyton Bell on that far side showing a lot of poise. The junior hands off to Whalen. Whalen gives it to McFadden. McFadden driving on Gavin. Now 6B, the three guy, and fails to draw iron. A good timeout going a couple of minutes back when Elliott tried to stop the flow of threes. He might have. Andrew Hanna got out of control with his dribble, and his shot no good. Borchert for the rebound. He's blocked. He'll try again. Good job by Mason Borchert. Did not give up and got one over the top of the big man Washburn.
Yeah, and the student section really loved that.
Driving the lane there. That's in. It's Taylor Whelan.
And it seems that whenever Jackson scores, Lander comes right back with an answer.
Yep. Hanna pivot one out to Keelan. His shot way off, and this has not been a shooter's afternoon so far at all. 22-20. Chance to tie here for the Tigers as Whalen brings it up. Seth Brunner on him. AJ watching Bell. McFadden to Bell. Working on Fowler. That's a desperate shot. Did he get the foul out of it? Boy, AJ did not need to, because...
And it's actually going to be an offensive foul on Lander. Right. Peyton Bell seems to have hooked the arm around AJ Fowler.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good call. I didn't see AJ Fowler being that really aggressive on that shot.
Yeah, it didn't need to be, because Bell was falling. Here's Hanna. Good bounce pass into Keelan. AJ kick out Brunner. Jackson moving the ball well here. Gavin Keelan with an open look. That's good. Keelan with his second three of the night. He's got 6.
And that's why you keep shooting. Even though Keelan airballed the possession before, he was ready to shoot, and he made Lander pay.
Good drive by 6B. Coach wanted a foul, didn't get it. Bounce pass Bell. Now the kick out. Taylor Whelan with a 3. That's no good, but Tigers with another rebound. McFadden to Whelan. Whelan working on Keelan. Got help from Seb on the backside, and Seb's going to draw. Oh, no, it'll be on Keelan. Foul's not too much of an issue. Both teams with only 2. Here's Washburn. He's been kind of quiet. McFadden, the freshman, slipped on the floor. And this will be Mason Borchert picks up the loose change. That's punched out of bounds by 6B.
Yeah,
it'll be Jackson ball.
Looks like they were watching film on his dunks. They did not want to be another victim of the Mason Borchert dunks.
Could be. I noticed in pregame warm-ups of players slipping a lot on the floor, sliding on the floor. Seb inbounds to Borchert. Goes to Keelan. Fowler. Seb baseline 3. Can't get it, but Hanna with a rebound up and in. And the closest guy was Brooklyn St. John. And Andrew just too tall.
Jackson's done a great job getting boards and buckets.
Step back three from Wayland. That's no good, but tracking down the rebound is Bell, but he stepped out. And the student section all too happy to help the Zebras call that one. Fowler will inbounds. Pressure, a little bit of pressure dialed up by Lander. They're going to see our first look at Bodie Moffitt. Moffitt plays bigger than his 6'1". He's a pretty good guy in the paint, so Lander going to go big as they pull Bell, their guard, go as big as they can. And here's Seb Brunner working on Brooklyn John. Kicks it to Keelan. He'll try a three. That's off the back of the iron. No good. Hannah with a rebound. Gives it to Borchert. His shot is up and in.
Borchert's jumper is just something else.
It's pretty. It really is. Here's Washburn. Hannah on him. Now gives it to 6B. Parker driving the lane on Borchert. Gives it to St. John. Or Brooklyn John. Brooklyn John drives left-handed layup. No good. The whistle. Coach Elliott didn't like it. It'll send Brooklyn John to the line. He's 2 for 8 from the stripe this season. The foul was on Keelan, his second. John too short with that one.
Now Gavin's got to be careful not to pick up that third as there's 3 minutes left in the half.
Such a crucial guy Keelan is, especially with the loss of Palmer Wetzel, I think, because Gavin does a lot of that defense, a lot of that board work that Palmer did. Time out on the floor. We'll stay here and take a peek down at courtside. And what's Coach Elliott doing? Jackson's doing some good things, sluggishly coming out of not the greatest hot spell shooting. Meanwhile, Lander's not shooting it well either.
Yeah, Lander had a hot start, but then they've kind of fizzled out a little bit, getting a little bit cold, and that's what Jackson's kind of needed to go on a little mini run. Getting buckets from their 4 main scorers as Hannah has 9 points, Borchert has 9 points, Keelan's had a couple threes, and Seb with 5 points, so they're getting good production from their top 4 scorers.
Yeah, once again, Jackson spreading it out, spreading the scoring. That's always good to see. For the Tigers, it's been all Wheelan with 10 to lead Lander. Jackson ball up 9. Seb Brunner to A.J. Fowler. Quick lead of Borchert. He's double teamed. Mason gets it to Hannah. Hannah knows somebody's got to be open. All right, back to Borchert.
Yeah, that was a pretty play.
Smart. Yeah, Lander's trying to help each other out so much in that 2-3 zone that they're getting caught doing it. Shot no good, partially blocked. Keelan with the rebound. Jackson could push the lead now to their biggest lead of the night. They're up 10, 31-21. Brunner into Hannah. Far side, Borchert steps around the Parker 6B who went flying, and that's good.
Yeah, Mason Borchert at first grimacing in pain with the thumb, but now he just looks like same old Mason.
And he felt 6B fly by, and he's like, I'm just going to wait till that jet lands and then go do my thing. Out of bounds, Jackson ball. As 6B coughed it up. And Jackson's on a bit of a run now. Up 12. Seb Brunner on Brooklyn John across the line. Now the double team trap. Seb gets it to Hannah. Hannah points, or Seb points over at AJ. God! Give Seb the assist, although it was Hannah with the pass, because Seb pointed at AJ and he said, right there is our guy. Good job by Wheelan to get away from Seb. Seb tries to swipe at it. The shot no good anyway. Keelan saves it momentarily. Not for long. Here's Taryn Wheelan. Little pop shot in the lane. 8-footer won't go. Keelan with the rebound. Down to a minute. Jackson trying to extend this lead. They up 15. Seb wide open to Borchert, who's up and in. 6B came over, but too late.
Seb's precision passing just gets better and better throughout the year.
Nice Brunner pass. 6B with it now for Lander, working on Borchert. That shot won't go, and Mason bumped. He's going to get the foul. 6B and Bell and Whalen for Lander are all really good when they're outsized and they go to the cylinder. of kind of laying back. Rather, what do you call that, Mac? When you don't go right at the guy, you kind of step back as you're going in for that layup?
Kind of, I could say
you
it's
delay.
Avoiding the contact a little bit.
Lander's good. They got at least 3 guys that are really good at that, which is why they're not afraid to go right down the block at bigger guys, because they somehow get the shot off. Both at the line by Sixby are missed. Jackson ball. Seb Brunner bounce pass to Bereзе. He drives baseline, runs right through 2 Tigers, kicks out to Borchert, who's got the 3.
Mason, I can't remember the last time he missed a shot.
Me neither. Unless it was that free throw. Borchert red hot now. Surprised that Coach Mullins hasn't called a timeout to settle his kids down. Hannah blocks. Clean block on Washburn. And it's all going Jackson way. Brunner going to play for the last shot. 4 seconds. 3. Wants Hannah to set a screen. Bounce pass to AJ. Good! And what a way to end the half.
And AJ, it's just such a confidence boost with a beautiful floater. You know, he's known for his three-point shooting, but it's always a treat when you see AJ score inside.
I was going to say that's not his shot, but that's the one they needed there. Beautiful shot. I love it. All right, we're at the half, and now things looking a little bit better after a first quarter that was pretty close, a 1-point lead. And we've made it 43-21 at the half. We'll talk about halftime strategies and adjustments right after these. You're enjoying Bronx basketball at KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Great Northern Coffee. Jackson's own coffee roaster has been roasting and blending a wide selection of coffee since 1979. A warm fire, friendly faces, and a cup of Great Northern Coffee. Just the thing to kick off our Bronx and Cowboy teams. Try our Bronx Blend, a heavy, rich cup of coffee that will run you over like the Bronx football team. Great Northern Coffee, available at grocery stores and coffee shops around the state. Also available online at greatnortherncoffee.com.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Back here, courtside halftime, as the cheer squad does their thing. How come they wear the 22s, Kenny?
Because they're county 22.
I know. I'm like always going to ask that until you guys know I'm just testing you. Tonight's action brought to you in part by McPeak Group. Realtors, brokers, business folks, yes, but the McPeak Group is also longtime locals here to guide you in finding your best Jackson Hole life. Big O scoreboard as well. Big O tires, and in addition to Big O tires, Michelin, BF Goodrich, Toyo, and their famous Big O brands. It's all in the Target Plaza. Big O tires, a reputation you can ride on. We're getting to the locker room, and your coach Elliott, everything going pretty good. What can you improve on at this point? Anything? Probably.
I guess just defensively getting stops and continue to get stops, but Jackson did a fantastic job getting stops as they finished the quarter on a 24-3 run. They were only up 19-18 early in the second. So what a fantastic second quarter. Elliott's just going to say, Matt is just going to keep saying, keep pounding on defense, keep getting stops, and Jackson's doing a really good, great job of doing that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think you just got to keep the momentum rolling. You just got to keep using this crowd to your advantage. Keep getting points on the board. Just keep going.
Jackson, as we know, is unstoppable here at home. Undefeated on the home court here in the 0-2. Or are we in the 0-1? 8-3-0. We're in the 0-2 on this end of town. I'm guessing. Nobody knows. 6 minutes away from start the third. It has been all Jackson, and it's been all Bronx, really, since the calendar year turned in 24. I mean, a 5-game win streak. The Jacksons look like a different team, and anyone who has seen them earlier in the year, especially those teams that we play in quadrant twice, watch out. This is a different Bronx team. I'm thinking about Evanston, where we didn't beat them. Certainly Star Valley coming up this Friday night. Green River, all the teams we've seen once. This is a different Jackson team. You better get ready. They're playing a lot better.
Absolutely. Jackson really just their scoring output's been fantastic. They're on pace for 86 today.
Wow.
And Borchardt with 18 points. He was unstoppable in the first half, and he's been probably the best addition for the Bronx this season, and just such a big game changer for the Bronx.
If you're Coach Elliott, do you keep riding Borchardt? Do you change anything to feed a guy who's hot, number one, or you to keep doing your thing and spread it around? And also, at what point do you say, okay, Mason, you've done enough. Final 8 minutes, let's rest you. Star Valley's coming up. Do you do any of those things, or you just keep going for it?
At least for the third quarter, yes, you keep going for it for Mason. Get him to 30 points. He scored 28 against Teton earlier this season, so if Mason's on pace for a potential 30-point game, and depending on how well this third quarter goes, if Jackson has a big enough lead, then yes, I'd say resting, taking it easy, at least for Borchardt or for the high-scoring outputters. Maybe take it a little bit easy, get some experience for the younger guys.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Borchardt's got 18, Hannah 9, Seb and Fowler 5 apiece, so they're spreading the wealth around pretty good. And we thought it'd be a game where Hannah could exercise his size underneath, because the Tigers have maybe just one guy at 6'4", that's it. And it has been Hannah, but, if you concentrate too much on him, Jackson's got other weapons, and that's been a key this year with Borchardt back, with the team playing better as a team. It's not just Seb and Hannah anymore, and these guys can hurt you in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
Both teams back on the floor taking some warm-ups. The guys in white don't need them. They might as well just go sit down and draw up some new plays. Mason's sitting down. He's like, I don't need any of this. I got it. I'm going to stay hot. Yeah, Mac, is that how do you stay hot when you're on fuego like Borchardt and you go sit in halftime in the locker room? Do you lose that? How do you keep that?
I would say, from my personal experience, I would say keep shooting, but Mason doesn't need to keep shooting. He's too good. He's too good to do that. He's got probably the most natural talent in terms of that jump shot. Just that jump shot is so unstoppable, and he's definitely worked on it, and it's just so unstoppable. You can't guard it. He jumps so high when he shoots.
He does. He gets a lot of height, and he shoots at the apex of his leap. So he's like at the highest point, and then he just flicks the wrist. It is pretty hard to defend anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, big picture, I feel like last year, if you're going to make a run and everything, I feel like last year was kind of the year. But this year, they're showing also more promise. I mean, a lot of those losses that we see on the scoreboard are coming from Idaho teams, like 6A, very, very strong school Idaho teams that have bigger pools of players to pick from. And I mean, this year they are pretty good, but last year you had a lot more players, a lot more seniors like Mac. And this year, I mean, you really only see a lot of output or kind of playing time from the big five, Mason, Seb, Andrew, Gavin, and AJ. And I mean, can you do it with just two people coming off the bench now?
Right now, Jackson can do anything they want as they are owning these Lander Tigers. 43-21. But again, it is a step down in conference. It's a 4A team at home playing a 3A team having to travel. But Jackson is doing a good job of staying out of that mindset of Lander's a pushover. We got Star Valley is the real problem Friday. They're concentrating on business tonight. I can't wait till the Braves come in here Friday night. That should be a fun one.
Yes, that's going to be the game of the year. It's going to be a full gym. Last year, the Bronx beating Star Valley for the first time since 2018, and they've only won once against Star Valley since then. And so Jackson's going to look to push back into that record, even though it's not favorable on the Bronx side of things.
I get ready to start the second half. Jackson will be moving right to left now on your YouTube screen. Lander Tigers will put their starting five, it looks like. And the same thing for the Jackson Bronx. Both teams will put their starting five on the floor as Lander begins with the basketball. It's going to be Peyton Hill. A.J. Fowler, keeping an eye on him, not coming way out. I like this. A.J.'s just waiting for him to come in. No need to challenge Peyton that far out. Washburn bounced it off of Hannah's foot. It goes right to Peyton Hill, or Peyton Bell. Bell puts a nice move on A.J. His shot no good. Rebound Keelan. Baseball pass ahead for Borchard, and didn't make it.
Yeah, just a little too much oomph on that pass from Gavin Keelan.
Lander ball, both teams with a possession, both teams coming up empty. Here's Bell. Peyton again of Fowler. That's been the matchup all night, one-on-one for Lander and Jackson. In the lane, shot no good. It was St. Clair who couldn't get it, with the Lander with the rebound. 6B, his shot no good. Hannah pulls down the board. Seb up ahead to Borchert. That's twice. Mason's gotten loose, and that's good.
Mason obviously did not cool down at halftime. Still very much so on fire.
I guess not. And Borchard getting down the court both times in a hurry after the rebound. Something Lander's got to figure out as Wheeland gets his 12th point to lead all Tigers. 45-23 Jackson lead. Seb Brunner on Wheeland. Now Fowler, now top of the key to Keelan. Back to Fowler on that right elbow. Go back to Seb Brothers. Seb gets it to Mason. Open A.J. Fowler baseline. That's no good, and a good rebound by Noah St. Clair. He boxed out Hannah well. Peyton Bell with it for the Tigers. Bell drives and leaves it for Washburn. Washburn to 6B right to the hole, but a good job by Mason Borchard with him step for step. And he will get caught for the foul, the reach in. Or no, he does not, sorry.
And so far this quarter, Lander's gone to the rim constantly, and they've missed three times. Struggles continue for the Lander Valley Tigers.
Yeah, Jackson definitely spreads out their defense a lot. I mean, if you go inside, you got to face Andrew. If you go outside, you got to deal with Seb.
Fowler with a long three. That's short off the iron. Borchard tips it right to 6B for the Tigers. Yeah, that's Lander's game, is gashing to the hole. Here's another one. It's St. Clair. His shot no good. Keelan with good defense on him without playing. Committing the foul. Seb Brunner the other way. Beautiful pass to Borchard. And Mason lost the handle and might have got lucky enough to draw the foul. He didn't. He's out of bounds. Seb pointing to AJ saying, come on up here and get Bell. Here's Peyton across the line. Good screen set for him by St. Clair, and Bell makes use of it but misses the layup. Seb Brunner with a loose change. Seb Brunner doesn't have numbers, so he'll wait up for Keelan. Gavin. Hannah posting up, wants that pass inside, as they do not have Washburn in on. It's Hannah on St. Clair. I like that if you're Jackson. Here's Hannah, kicked it back out to Seb, who he was going left. Hannah wanted him to go right.
Here we go, Jack Bearsay coming into the game for A.J. Fowler. Let's get even more size for the Bronx.
It seems like they can do that, especially I'm surprised Lander does not elect to put Washburn on Hannah. Instead, using Noah St. Clair, the 6'2 sophomore. Here's Whelan to St. Clair. He'll post up, long shot, no good. But the rebound, Washburn, kick out to Whelan, baseline 3. That's short. Keelan tracks down the rebound on the backside and lost the handle. Sixby, a third look at the basket for the Tigers, and he can't get it.
That is good defense.
Here comes Seb. Seb Brunner goes by himself. Was that Barazay who? Yeah, Jackson there for his D.
Jack Barazay, you know, all the bigs were kind of down the court, and Gavin was the one who lost it, and Jack just did a good job taking the big responsibility on himself.
And, yeah, on top of Jackson just playing great defense, it's about Lander. Lander's just been struggling. It's as if, because Jackson struggled in the first quarter, it's as if there's something on the northbound rim that's causing both teams to struggle.
Yeah. Seb, meanwhile, in a stalemate to start the third, finally got points for the Bronx. So it's been Borchert and Brunner here in the third, and not much else. 47-23. Jackson leads this one pretty comfortably as they bring out Brunner, Keelan, Hannah, Borchert, and Barazay. For the Tigers, it's Bell, 6B, Whelan, St. Clair, and Washburn. Across the line. Boy, he sure did carry it. They let you do that a lot now, more than they ever did. Nice screen set by St. Clair, got his own man, and Seb will take the benefit. As Whelan and St. Clair collided, and Seb picked up the loose ball, and for the second time just screamed down the court and laid one in. Good fake shot there by Bell. He goes to the lane. Again, it's Jack Barazay who didn't give him a freebie. Bell missed. Keelan to Borchert, back to Gavin Keelan. Keelan working on Bell. Now to Barazay. He'll try a left-hand shot. Too short, but it goes right back to him off Keelan. That one looked better, but didn't go in. Oh, too close for Jack Barazay, but couldn't get either. Here comes St. Clair for the Tigers. Barazay on him closely. Kick out to Whelan. Taryn Whelan drives on Seb, trying to get it free, and does. Boy, he is tricky. Seb, we know, can be real sticky on someone, but Whelan got loose of him. 49-25. Jackson lead, 3:10 to go in the third. Andrew Hanna, baseline drive, got a wide open Borchert. No look pass to Seb. His three, go! That's some ball movement.
And Borchert had the hot second quarter, and now it's Brunner having the hot third quarter.
52-25. Jackson. Washburn on Hanna. Bennett's going to try it. Got it. Hanna just was kind of easy on him there. Didn't want to pick up the foul.
Yeah, Lander really likes their inside look so far.
Cross court, it's Borchert, gets away from Bennett Washburn. That's that pop shot in the lane, no good. Hanna rebound and jump ball, as he could not wrestle it free from Noah St. Clair. St. Clair checks out, along with 6B for Lander, and we'll get the Finn McFadden in the game, as well as Brooklyn John. Seb to Borchert, to Hanna, to Jack Barazay. They're leaving him a lot of room. Barazay over to Borchert. His shot, 18-footer, good. Mason Borchert.
Yeah, we know that shot all too well.
22 now for Borchert. Behind the back dribble, Bell gets it to Whelan. Whelan, spin move in the paint, over the top of Seb Brunner, good. And Taylor Whelan will not be denied even by the great Seb Brunner. He's got 16 to match Borchert's 22. And a timeout on the floor will go as well. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the Dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Broncs on their march toward a state championship.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Broncs, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Back courtside, it's been all Broncs after the first quarter. A tight first 8 minutes, and then Jackson exercising their will. Must be something Angels putting in the water. Owen Kana for Jackson. Back to Seb. Boy, he's awful wide open for a guy who's hit a couple. As pass, a bad idea for Hannah. Right there was Waylon. I don't know what Seb saw. Tigers with it now. Finn McFadden. That's twice he slipped on this floor. Bell. Far side, John puts Kana in the air briefly. John this way, that way. Now hands off to Finn McFadden. Coach Stuart Mullins playing some of his bench guys. McFadden drives the lane. That might have been partially blocked. Well short. Here's Mason Borchert again on the fast break transition. Borchert missed it. Barazay kept it alive for a moment, and yes, off the hands of the Tigers.
And that was great hustle by Owen Kana to be there to make sure Lander pokes it out of bounds.
Fowler will replace Borchert. Keelan comes in for Hannah as Coach Elliott doing a good job of resting his studs. Doesn't really need him right now. 54-29 with 1:16 to go in the third. Brunner will inbounds. Can't get him off the floor. He floats one to Kana, now gets it back into Keelan. Gavin in front of the student section to Seb Brunner. Brunner working on Waylon. Those two have had good one-on-one battles tonight. Keelan with a three. That signature line drive shot is too low on the trajectory. Meanwhile, a travel by John will turn it right back over to the Broncs.
Yeah, I think his momentum when he was going down just made him slide, and I guess that just makes it a travel.
And it doesn't help when it's that slippery court.
Yeah, and I didn't, I was here early. They had gym class, and then they didn't come with the broom thingies. There wasn't really time, so they haven't wiped this floor off. Looking really slick. Is that ball blocked clean? Was that Keelan?
No, it was Brunner.
Brunner, okay. Here's AJ, and he's just short, but a good rebound on the backside. That's Kana who gets it back from Keelan. Baseline three. Kana's got it. Oh, and Kana makes it 57-29, down to 25 seconds left in the third. Here's Sixby. Spins away from AJ, but can't get the layup. Now Sixby reaches in on Seb and causes a brief tie-up. No, he's going to get himself a foul. His first, team first.
Yeah, very clean quarter from both teams so far.
20 seconds. Jackson can go last shot here as Runner fires it to Keelan, gets it back. Down to 10 seconds. Seb's got Kana open on that far side, but he wants a screen from Barazay. Behind the back pass, Keelan. His three is line drive too short. John with a heave at the buzzer, and he hits some of the net, but that's it. And after three, it's Jackson 57, Lander 29, coming back with the final 8 minutes on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
Live play-by-play coverage of Jackson Broncs sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Everything going Jackson's way. I don't know what more they could do. But just keep this thing rolling because you want to hit Star Valley with some momentum, and 6-game winning streak would do that, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. And on top of that 6-game winning streak, Jackson's defensive intensity has been fantastic. This has been their best defensive game all season long, as Lander doesn't even have 30 points.
Yeah, that says a lot. That shows some real hustle by Jackson Bronx. They're not just sitting back and hitting shots and building the stats. They're playing good D. There's John, Brooklyn. John answers with a long 3. He's got 4 on the night. AJ pump fake. Now out to Gavin Keelan. Bodie Moffitt of the game for the Tigers. Owen Kana for Jackson. The 2 10s on each team. Here's Kana. To Keelan, out to Seb. Down to just a half minute in here in the 4th. Keelan hands off to Seb Brunner. Seb will take another long 3. That's no good. The rebound bounces right to the hands of Parker Sixby. 1 minute gone in the 4th, and Jackson up a ton. 57-32. Talon to 6B, long 3, too short. Rebound, Keelan. Gavin to Seb Brunner. Landers back nicely. Seb with a drive in the lane, up and in, and boy, I got nervous when I saw Brunner get horizontal there.
And that's just been Seb. This second half has just been fantastic, and mostly doing it off of great drives to the rim.
Whalen to 6B, trying to get somewhere on Fowler. AJ right with him with those long arms. St. Clair gets it to Whalen. Whalen again working on Seb Brunner. Whalen pops it right over the top of him. Whalen's had the better of Seb a little bit. He's certainly getting his points. He's got 18 for the Tigers. Seb doesn't care. He's playing a good game. Seb Brunner wheels one around to Kana, back to Seb. Into the pivot, Keelan, back to Kana. His long one, no good. Rebound into the hands of Gavin Keelan. He gets it back. Gavin to Kana to Seb. He'll try another 3. This one, no good, and hits the cabling out of bounds. So Seb's cooled off a little bit from range, but meanwhile, there's so many other parts of his game. 5:50 to go in regulation. Jackson by 25. 6B shoves A.J. Fowler out of the way, but it's going to be a block. A bad pick on, was that Moffitt who got rung up? Yeah.
And it's interesting, it was an offensive foul, but he signaled the block call instead of pulling the fist forward to signal an offensive foul.
If it was Moffitt that set the moving screen, his first. Seb Brunner working on John. Now the pass out of bounds. I think trying to get it to Keelan, but it went by everybody. Coach Elliott's got this face like he just wants this one to be over. He likes what he's seen so far. You don't want anything to go bad here. Injury-wise, you don't want anything to go bad like losing a little mojo. You just want this clock to be at zeros. Nice move in the lane there by John, but his shot just hung on the rim and wouldn't fall.
Yeah, that was good defense by Owen Kana there. Being able to stay with him throughout all the pump fakes.
One thing you can do if you're the Bronx, get more out of Barazay, Kana. As Hannah and Borchard are parked right now. And you got to think Van Zanten's the next man up. As Jackson's got a good lead here with 5 minutes, just over 5 to go. Seb Brunner on Peyton Bell. Far side Kana. Back to Seb. Gavin Keelan. To Brunner. Back to Keelan. Inside of Barazay. His left-hander in the lane. That's good. I thought he was going to go right-handed, and he went lefty. It's a nice play by Jack Barazay.
It's a fantastic play, using his strength to get right to the bucket.
And Ty Van Zanten just checking into the game now.
He'll come in along with the Tigers. He'll get Bennett Washburn back into the game as well. As every time Jackson does something down low, Coach Mullins gets Washburn back in there. He's like, I need somebody big. Seb takes a rare seat. And is he done for the night? Maybe.
I would think he would be.
Bounce pass into Whalen. Out to 6B. Now it's Peyton Bell, rather. Bell to 6B. Pulls up his dribble, tries a shot over the A.J. Fowler. No good. Keelan rebound. Fights for it with 6B, and that's going to be a tie-up. Good battle there between Parker 6B, the 5'10 senior, and Gavin Keelan, the 6'5 senior. A.J. will inbounds. Owen Kana roars by Peyton Bell on that far side. Hands off to Ty Van Zanten. Van Zanten into Barazay. Went off his hands, but right back to Ty. Around the horn, Keelan. Kana, that's off the hands of Jack. Barazay might have took his eye off it. And the turnover gives it to the Tigers. With 4 minutes, Whalen battling his way into the rack against Fowler. Taylon Whalen, who averages 9 a night, has got 18, double that, and he's been by far the best Tiger on the floor. We get Harrison Ward, the quarterback, in. All 5 Broncs with the exception of Keelan off the bench. Here's Whalen over the top of Kana. Good. And what's gotten into this guy? 21 now for Whalen. Kana to Keelan inside of Jack Barazay, working on Moffitt. Finds a wide open Harrison Ward. His shot no good. And the rebound is going to go Jackson Way. It's going to say it's off Washburn's hands.
And the official just happened to be in the way. Which, in favor of Jackson, Lander was unable to save the ball in bounds.
Parker placed that, and Paxton Hollingshead in the game for Lander. There's Ty Van Zanten, baseline 3, no good. And up for the rebound, Ward and Barazay. One of the two touched it last.
And Ty and Harrison both shot it from the same corner, just a little bit, lifting too much weights, overshooting it.
Too much weight room. You got the black hole behind you, all screaming. You're a little jacked with a shot over there. Here's Whalen behind the back dribble, working on Harrison Ward. Ward reaches in. He'll get a foul here in his first minute on the floor. 3:19 to go. 61-37 Jackson. Still nobody near the bonus. 6B will trigger in with Ty Van Zanten. Arms up, watching him. Floats one to Whalen. Whalen working on Harrison Ward. Watch out, Harrison. This guy's got some moves. Out to place that. 6B spinning in the lane on Van Zandt. His shot, good. 6B's got a pretty good eye as well. That's 39 points for Lander, 5 for 6B. Larson in the game for Jackson. That's Aaron or Jesse?
That is going to be Aaron.
Thank you. There's Moffitt left hand over the top of Keelan, but Gavin, even when he doesn't block him, Gavin just does not give you a good look. Keelan thought about a 3, won't take it, now retreats with 6B harassing him into Jack Barazay. Back to Keelan, pump fake, gets 6B out of the way, but then he reaches 2 more Tigers. Here's Larson, his shot blocked by 6B, but recovered by Larson, and 6B with a reach in.
Yeah, good hustle play by Larson there, getting your shot blocked and then being able to get the ball back to your team.
6B with 2 fouls will take a seat. Jackson will get Jesse in there now, so Isaac and Jesse Larson on the floor with Ward. Keelan sits, and that'll be it for the Jackson starters, down to 2:13 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, I think this game is all but salted away for Jackson.
Whalen comes off of the Tigers, and he's greeted by the whole bench, patting him on the back. Big game for him. Larson to Larson connection out here. Bounce pass to Van Zanten. Whipped around to Harrison. Ward. Back out to Aaron Larson. Aaron to Jesse. Jesse Post up on John, not much there. Back to Brother Larson. Ty Van Zandt, baseline drive, ran into Moffat. I thought he was going to try that shot right over the top of him. He'll try this one instead. Good! Ty Van Zandt.
And the whole crowd loves that one.
Woo! And there you go. First career points for Ty Van Zanten, at least at the varsity level.
Yeah, Ty wanted the 3. He was like, nah, I don't want the 2. Let me step back here. And here's Brooklyn John. His shot over the top of Ward is good. Landers has an answer for the moment. Down to 1:10 in the 4th. Larson, it's Aaron to Jesse. Back to Aaron. He'll let it fly. That's off the back iron. No good. Ward gets it right back to him. Try again. Good! Aaron Larson. And it's 67-41. Jackson Moffat double teamed. And the tie up. Which way is the arrow going? It'll be Lander ball. 44 seconds. So you're seeing some guys in the crowd love scoring. Larson, Van Zanten. It's all good right now for the Bronx. Finn McFadden. We'll see if he slips inbouncing this. No. As he gets a wide open look, that's drained by Paxton Hollingshead. His first points of the game. 67-44. Jackson ball down to 30 ticks. Jesse Larson back to Aaron. Aaron fires it to Van Zanten. He's in his spot right now. Over to Jesse Larson. See if the Larsons just want to put this ball in their pocket down to 15. In fact, Coach Elliott says, no. Finn McFadden, they're going to play a little D here, but I think the idea is no shot. And it's poked free by Finn McFadden. I don't like that, but the freshman didn't get the memo. Long shot at the buzzer. That's it. The final score, Jackson 67, Lander 44. We keep the cameras right here. That's 6 in a row now for the Bronx. They even their overall record to 9-9. And a big win. Even more momentum as you head to Star Valley. Let's get a player of the game from the Lander Tigers. What do you guys? There's not too many to choose from. One guy
I'm gonna have to go with Talon Wheatland. Led the scoring. He had some pretty shots.
He did.
Yes, having 21 points, half of Lander's points nearly, and scoring way above his average and making Seb Brunner have frustrations defensively, as well as a little bit of Owen Kahana, just getting buckets everywhere, really making trouble for Jackson.
It was Whalen. I'll make it a clean sweep. He was really good for the Tigers. What about the Bronx side of things? Again, they spread it around pretty well. Borchert red hot. Then other guys, I don't know, go anywhere.
Yeah, I'd have to go Borchert. Started a little slow with the thumb, but definitely just picked up the pace and just unrelenting.
Absolutely, and this was the best balanced scoring output from the Jackson Bronx all season. And once again, scoring above 65 points, which has been huge for the Bronx. And Mason Borchardt was just such a big factor of that, having around 22 points, almost a third of Jackson's scoring output tonight.
Yep. And when he got them, it seemed to just deflate Lander. Lander thought they were in it for 8 minutes, for a quarter, and then Borchert got hot. You just felt like the Tigers are like, we don't have anybody who can do that. Like, that's crazy.
The score definitely does not tell the whole story of this game. Jackson had it from basically halfway through the first quarter to the end of the game.
Yep. Jackson, after a little close first quarter, just went wire to wire with this one. The Bronx are rolling for the Lander Tigers. They fall to 4-12 overall, and they looking to head back home. We'll be next on the air. We will not have that Star Valley game for you. We'll let our friends at SVI cover that. We're also not making the Green River trip, so we'll be here in Evanston. You guys ready for that?
Yes, it'll be senior day.
Yeah.
That's always a very fun game. It's fun to get redemption against the Evanston Red Devils, who took the W back in Evanston, so that will be a revenge game for the Jackson Bronx.
I can't believe this. Such a different Jackson team. That'll be interesting to see how that goes down. Well, that'll do it for us here in Jackson. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Make sure while you're there on our YouTube channel, Jackson Hole Radio, that you hit subscribe and become our lifelong friends. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols alongside Mac Fairborn, Liam McPeak, Kimmy K. We'll see you again down the road. Thanks for joining us.